Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilheim. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. Empowered by the Scions, the Tots head for Fola as D seeks to recapture the inhabitants of Lake Lahana. But something wicked lies in the fields beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, misters, misses, MXs, cats, dogs, fish, and horses around the whole world. Welcome back to Boarding Party, session 138.
I think we lead YouTube in the horse demographic, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm. That just isn't true.
Really? I was looking at the numbers, and I'm pretty positive we have the largest horse audience of any YouTube account.
We have all the horse ladies?
Horses chime off in the comments. Let us know.
Just the horses, Tia, no horse
and
ladies.
And the My Little Pony crew?
They don't count.
Not
those are humans. They fall in all the other categories. But when last I left the Tater Tots, a lot of you had been through a metamorphosis. Some still going through it. Some of you completely immobilized by the newly formed earth that is your skin. Others fully exhausted. Still yet more, pale and unconscious for a few more hours. And I left you walking. If the goal is to prevent the Oni from learning that Wilheim Manor exists, you will need to trek through the night and or camp to reach Fola at a reasonable hour. The choice is yours. We're roughly a third of the way across Route 108 at the pace you've had to travel.
Would traveling through the night tack on levels of exhaustion to the people that already have like 9 levels of exhaustion?
Technically, if they're being carried, no.
Okay.
But if, say, someone with 5 levels of exhaustion, or 4 to make it more accurate, because at 5 your speed is still 0.
Yeah.
So if you had 4 and you walked, you would incur
Do they
another
gain
level.
anything by resting for the night? Like, I know that you said like
They will recover 1 level.
Yeah.
If they stay out and resting. Such as the downside of the empowerment is it is extremely taxing on especially the younger team members.
So then by the time we would reach like the night, Mute and Winter would be good.
Mute and Winter would be back up on their feet and totally okay.
Okay.
Lift your mic up, Devin.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there he is. Yes.
So they would be good to go then?
They would be good to go.
Okay.
Mute and Winter will come back to consciousness.
Okay. I think we camp outside, but it's Phoebe's manor, so.
Yeah. Again, it's mostly just technicalities, but that is one of the few things about you that nobody has talked about.
Okay.
Is that there is a magical teleporting house that appears only for you at certain times of day and night that you are largely protected from the outside world.
Yeah. I can't let them know about that.
Okay.
I could do first watch if you guys want to rest, make camp.
All right.
I don't know who wants to do second or third, but take the first shift.
Just wake me up before you go, and I'm gonna lay down.
Yeah.
I'll do 1 to 2, I don't, whatever. Yep.
How many shifts?
3.
3?
I think it's
I feel like
3.
typically we do
I'll do
3.
the last one then.
Yeah.
You can wake me up.
3.
Haven't had to do them in quite some time.
Yeah.
But.
A lot of D&D groups will do 2. I prefer the 3 watch approach. That way it's
I prefer
a
the
little,
triad.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
I see you over there.
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati.
I prefer 4 watches of 2 hours apiece so that nobody gets to sleep well. Everybody's sleep is interrupted.
No one's ever rested.
All right. Well,
Can't be exhausted if I'm always exhausted.
yeah, that's my secret, Cap. I'm always tired. Just falls asleep and then gets crushed by the alien.
Yeah.
All right. So, if our goal is to camp outside, again, you are a very imposing group. Most mundane things will give you a very wide berth. There are a ton of you, and also the Oni is walking in full steel regalia. Just doesn't care anymore. So most things are not going to come near you because that thing is intimidating, and all of you have these massive beasts that have to stay out. So they're like, we don't own. But
no APOM's gonna steal my backpack this time.
Yeah.
probably not. Don't test me.
Okay.
Don't test me.
Oh, God. They're back. They've evolved.
Yeah. Caesar the Vigoroth is going to come running in.
No, wait.
Caesar the Vigoroth. That's canon now.
Wadsworth and I are gonna split the night and just chill, but keep an eye on the Oni, and that's
Okay.
it.
All right. So a separate bout of watches for the two of you. Okay. The Oni, not needing sleep anymore because it's not a biological creature, just stands completely motionless in the middle of wherever the campsite's going to be.
That's
Just
so
stands there.
unsettling. I hate that a lot. I hate that a
Just
lot.
watching all of us.
Watching and listening.
Just
Its
1,000-yard
ears,
stare.
its ears
Yeah.
are kind of like propped to the back of
nothing.
its head, and its eyes stare straight forward.
Hate that a lot. That is creepy.
All right. Who is on first watch?
Aye, brother.
Bentley Woods.
Yes.
Throw me D12.
A D12, he says. Interesting.
boy.
I haven't rolled a D12 in like months. 11.
11.
Lucky number 11.
Okay. I need 3 volunteers.
I volunteer as tribute.
1,
They'll do it.
2,
Sure.
3. Each of you roll a D6.
Dude, this
Oh,
bad
yeah, the
boy.
big bad boy.
Dose.
4.
5,
2, 4, 5,
2, 4, 5.
11.
11. Yeah, those numbers match. Cool. Okay. Bentley Woods, your watch passes
11,
uneventfully.
11, make a wish. I wish for an uneventful watch. I got it. Hey. And I will pop my head into CJ's tent after my watch passes. CJ,
What do you want?
your turn. Your turn. I want to sleep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it my turn? I feel like 2 other people said that they'd be down.
All right. Well, I could go ask them.
Yeah, fuck off.
All right. Good night. Sheesh. Oh,
Someone's not a
He's an
night
angry
person in the
camper.
middle of the night being woken up person.
I mean, where are my luxuries of life?
I'll go to
I'm
Phoebe's tent.
accustomed to glamping.
Baby.
yeah.
Can you get watch, please? CJ kind of didn't want to. He was angry. He was very tired.
Okay.
I don't know. It's still dark, but there was nothing going on out there, so you might be able to just kind of chill.
It's all there.
It's really creepy. It's like standing and like not doing it. It's like it's sleeping, standing up with his eyes open. I don't like it at all. It's really bad.
All right. Nothing happened.
No, nothing eventful. It's really quiet,
Okay.
and I think Milo and Wadsworth are keeping an eye on the Oni, so kind of don't
Oh.
need to do that.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Just keep a wide berth from that thing.
Yeah.
It's creepy, and it stabbed me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Saw
good
that.
night.
Okay. Good night.
And I'll go back to my tent.
I'm gonna put on a robe and then take out Claremont
Okay.
with me.
All right.
Does Claremont also get a robe?
Yeah.
It goes to here.
It's too tiny on it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it goes to like a mid
It's like
thigh.
Mr. Mom.
It's a silk.
Yeah.
Yeah, silk
Has
nighty.
has
Yeah.
a curved C on it.
Just a nice calligraphy.
He's been stitching it in his
It's-
off time.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Claremont has been gentrified. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Silk burgundy. Look
Yeah.
like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. Yes.
Hell yeah.
The collar
Mhm.
and the matching sash.
Phoebe,
Yes.
roll me a D8.
A D8. That'll be great. 5.
Okay. I need 2 volunteers.
Hi, brother.
Okay. 2 boys. Throw me D10 each.
I feel like this is like building up to something.
Probably.
Just-
6.
6.
7.
This
7.
is like how many enemies?
Okay.
Just
I mean, he does do that.
Total of 13. Great. Very good. Phoebe, your night's uneventful as well. You and Claremont. Head on a swivel. Oni, staring straight ahead. Ears pointed to the back.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Dee's tent.
Okay.
It's my Watch is over.
Okay.
D.
Oh.
Wake up.
All right.
That was easy.
Well, it's like 4 a.m.
Everyone else resists. Nothing happened.
Oh, okay, cool. Easy enough.
All right.
I'll come out, yeah.
Alright.
I actually look
Famous
probably
last
well rested
word.
because 8 hours. I got straight full 8 hours and mine wasn't interrupted.
I'm losing my mind.
True.
I keep hearing a scratch at the door, and it's never been Grover. He's never there.
Where is he?
It's
House
your
is haunted.
demons.
I
He's
don't
up there
know.
somewhere.
It's your
inner,
demons.
inner demons.
Yeah.
You had too much caffeine. Your brain is telling you there's different things about.
I don't know. Or maybe I'm just paranoid. D.
Yeah.
Of what's about to come on this watch, maybe,
me a
perhaps.
D6.
Who can say?
Okay. 5.
5. I need 4 volunteers.
God.
I'm gonna
Well, that
assume
narrows
it's
it
the
down.
other 4.
Okay.
I will
D4.
volunteer.
D4s.
D4s.
D-Force.
D-Force?
1.
1.
4.
That's wild.
1144.
What does it mean?
Okay.
Illuminati.
Who's into numerology?
D, is there anything special that you want to do on your watch?
I hate when you ask this. Yeah, I'm checking on Mute and Powder Keg because Powder Keg's kind of been babysitting him, making sure he's
Yeah.
doing okay. Just checking on
PK's just petting Mute, who's been conscious for a while, but is just given up trying to get away. He'll run, and Powder Keg just puts a big arm and pulls him back and goes,
Does it look like his color and stuff is returned?
yeah.
Okay.
If anything, it's darker than ever.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I'm inspecting him, making sure he's doing solid.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looking over at Milo and Wadsworth, who've probably exchanged shift like 3 times now.
Yeah.
And just kind of like giving you like the nod and just walking around, making sure everything's on the up and up.
I have something for you.
Oh.
If you're something else is about to happen.
No?
Um,
No, go for it.
I'll pull out. I still have that noisemaker thing from Ansem. Do you remember these? Remember he like made a bunch and one was like, an atom bomb basically.
Something of that degree, yeah.
Do you think you could make something like this, but not a noise one, like the bomb one?
Like just a grenade.
Yeah, but like the more boom, the better.
I'll open up my duffel bag with dynamite and grenades.
The more
The duffel bag that Neek was like, we might need these.
I
got,
need
like-
them more than the ship does right now.
It's got a couple Glocks. It's got a rifle or 2, and it's got dynamite and TNT and grenades.
Okay.
Literal explosive backpack.
Yeah, if we could try to maybe empty this one and put some of that in this.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to take like the components out of the noisemaker?
Yes.
Put
Just fill it with
And what I'll do.
fill it with
powder,
like
whatever.
normal.
Yeah, what I'll do is
gunpowder.
I'll kind of cut like the bottom half of like a dynamite stick, and I'll kind of like pour whatever like residue is like in there.
Okay.
I will use Neek's assistance for that if I need to.
I'd say that's easy enough to,
Okay.
to do with Neek's help. It's like a DC 10 to just
I can't fail unless I roll a natural 1.
yeah. And with Neek's help, the odds are very slim. So for the sake of brevity, absolutely.
Okay.
You remove the bottom half of a stick of dynamite and you kind of replace it with the less than super stable portions of the noisemaker. So you now have a regular noisemaker and a asterisk stick of dynamite
Okay.
with a cesium-7 core. I'm
Is
just kidding. It definitely doesn't have that. It doesn't have that. I promise.
Uranium bomb.
Yeah, I don't want anybody ending up on a watch
Use
list.
for uranium.
is Neek's sticky goop flammable?
It's like sap, right? So sap is flammable.
It would burn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like
It wouldn't go like a wick.
Caution.
it's
Flammable.
It's not like oil
Yeah,
or
yeah.
gasoline. It's not gonna like explode, but it would burn. Yes,
Okay.
it is an organic matter.
Did you
It
need
could
some?
catch flame.
What?
Did you need some goop?
Oh no, I was just curious.
Oh.
Because yeah, Neek also can produce like flasks of that a day if you need him to.
No, that's
Just
okay.
chooses not to. His default state is not.
Mute has
sticky.
honey too if you need that. So
Tasty.
yeah,
Got honey all over my legs.
it's my lifestyle. I am honey.
Okay. So we make a couple specialty explosives.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys need to handle?
Excellent. Excellent.
No, I'm just doing watch.
Just keeping an eye.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Through the night, It's pretty quiet all around you.
I don't like it.
That moon is creeping ever closer to being full, and it's
Gross.
just lingering in the sky. You could be mistaken for thinking that it was full on account of just how large it is. But each of you in turn on your watches have just heard this subtle breathing. All around you, ever present.
Like when we
From
did
above.
the scrying.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
And if you were to look up, you would see air currents on the moon, even with the naked eye.
Oh, okay. I hate that a lot.
Sweet.
It's breathing.
Milo
Comes to us all.
could definitely see this ambiently, but for those of you who were awake in the night, so Bentley, DB, throw me a perception check,
Okay.
just through your watches.
Natural
Cocked as
one.
hell.
Natural 1, okay.
That one seems cocked too.
I wish. 10.
Natural 1, 2.
Two natural ones and a 10. Okay.
I rolled. It was
All
like
right.
a 9 and 11.
I mean, nothing happened.
Yeah. So Milo,
Yeah.
you kind of watching over this crew. Go ahead and throw me a perception check. I know you're gonna notice the thing I'm going to say.
Oh,
I just want to
boy.
know how much more you might notice it.
19.
Oh boy.
19.
Wow, low roll.
Yeah, really low, honestly. It's not even in the 30s, but pitiful. As you are seated, eyes on the Oni, kind of working with D, hearing this breathing, it's very difficult for you guys all to kind of block this out, but Milo, with your senses being dialed up to 11, it's exceptionally distracting for you. But if you were to look up at this moment, you would see a small, dark, obscuring mass in front of the moon. Doesn't appear to be moving, although even if it was, it's far enough
How
away
would
that
you
you
know?
wouldn't see it.
Like a
Telescope.
shadow almost.
But it's got substance and it is obscuring your vision behind it. Very, very small. It's maybe the edge of a nail, but you're able to see it.
Yeah.
And it's just
There.
there and it's present. But otherwise, the night passes uneventfully. As the sun begins to rise, the moon lingers in its current location.
We got the sun and the moon.
Mash them together. It's the only way.
Let's get the rock to pull them together.
With a chain and hang.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, if you're watching, please come play with us
You're our
and
only
do the
hope.
Just
do
play
the
Maui.
Smash the Sun and Moon
Just
together
play as
campaign.
Maui. When you're
It's a really anticlimactic finale. Just Maui shows up and does it.
It's literally
Guys,
The
go
Rock
home.
is just at the table and he's like, I smashed the sun and the moon together. We're like, thank you, The Rock.
I would.
Wow. Who
He would just go.
Mr. The Rock, thank you.
It works, doesn't it?
What can I say?
What did you think I was gonna do,
except
Ben?
you're
Smolder.
welcome?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Your night passes uneventfully. You've got a couple-hour walk to Fola. You probably make it there by the early to mid-afternoon. Your team members that are super exhausted and out lose 1 point of their exhaustion.
So that would be Slurp.
So Slurp will go
Slurp's
from...
not an exhaustion thing. It's just 6 days, right?
No, Slurp is at 6 levels of exhaustion, but not dead.
Okay.
So Slurp, today, your speed is now reduced to 0. So you have 5 levels left. Slurp needs to remain out of his ball recuperating for 6 days.
He is
Okay.
conscious
So yes, I
now.
was right.
So is he
essentially.
sleeping? Or
He is awake and present, but he cannot move.
He's just tired.
HP is halved.
Basically, he was just like, he
has
had
disadvantage
so
on
much
everything.
energy like pounded
He
into
evolved.
his body
Yes.
that he doesn't know how to handle
By
it.
an onyx. An
He's a-
onyx evolved him.
He is
Yes.
a
Okay.
massive Dawn
so
fan.
he's awake.
He is
Yeah.
awake and conscious. He's in a great deal
He's
of
massive.
pain.
He's just
but there's
having
nothing
to
that can be done for
rest
him.
and recuperate to like make sure
Okay.
that he absorbs the power correctly because he can't
Yes.
He's got the plague currently, but it will go away.
He did
Okay.
P90X
not
for
gonna kill him.
like 3 straight days.
So because I just edited your session, Tia, and I told you I would give this to you, and then I forgot and I didn't, so I'm working on it now. You have the ability over a short rest to apply a long rest's worth of care to a creature.
Okay.
So that is a thing you are capable of doing.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you guys take a short rest at some point, you can heal somebody.
Okay.
Doesn't do anything for exhaustion, but you
Oh.
can fix them up.
Okay.
Quick patch.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that doesn't require any components, doesn't require
just
anything.
do it.
It just takes you an hour. You have to forego the short rest, but you can full heal somebody.
Okay.
From 0 to unconscious to status effects, anything. You can fully get them back on their feet.
Can
get
I
him moving. Just doesn't work on
retroactively
exhaustion.
do that for slurp?
It won't fix his exhaustion.
Right.
It'll
Is that the only thing that's the issue?
That's the
here?
only thing that's the issue
Okay.
with him right
Alright,
now.
I see. Cool.
To put it in Phoebe's mind, because you studied a lot of things at the hospital,
Uh-huh.
Slurp went from level 7 to level 12
Okay.
in about 4 seconds.
I
And that's
see.
a lot of growth.
Right.
That's several months of training all at once. All of his muscles had to tear and form back together,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of extra mud was poured on top of his skin and is now hardening to make him a Don fan.
Okay.
The catch to this is if Slurp is pulled back into a ball, that clock will reset, and if you do that too many times, the boon will fall away. He goes back to being Slurp, loses all those benefits.
Okay.
So Slurp just needs rest
So
and
how
time.
how many days has it been? One?
It's been one day. So he's now at 5 levels of
One
exhaustion.
day.
I just pictured Slurp going through this horrible transformation in so much pain. It's just the overlay of music. Change it.
Saw Guardians yesterday.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little levity in the
Yes.
Yeah.
in the dark.
I mean,
what else
that's
do
what
we
gets
have
us
if
through,
not that?
right? Oh boy.
Somewhere far away in the region,
Okay.
there's a gray field of, as I've been calling it, cosmic ash.
Mm.
Resting, seated between several other towns. There is no point of reference for the Tots, as the Tots are not seeing this. But there is just a field. And in this field are many, many shapes, moving around, angry, frustrated, confused, blinded, and only moving by touch. There are countless imperceptible masses of veins and muscle tendons lashing out and striking nothing, but impacting.
From the field?
Yes. And as each of these shapes grows from the ground, appendages begin to reform. Slow at first, it goes from a mass of vein and muscle colliding with another and becoming larger, and reaching out and absorbing another, and then another. As what was once several dozen masses of veins stretches into an enormous amorphous blob of muscle and tendon with no skin, no eyes, no ears, no method of perception beyond touch and pain.
So we gotta fight the blob now?
Sweet.
And as it swirls around in this gray field, we see a similar formation of veins, vaguely in a humanoid shape, but it stops at where the nose should be and rises into two curled horns of this same vein material, but with gray, colorless, formless rock held beneath. A wisp of black smoke hangs between these horns, but there is no sight from this smoke. And hanging from the back of this veinous creature is a similar billowing cloak made purely of gas and smoke. And as it floats through the lightless stars towards the planet that you call home, it sets its sights on that gray field.
And it's a good guy, right?
He sounds really nice.
It's a good guy.
And as it is on approach,
He sounds reasonable.
it holds its
I like your
two
cloak.
tendril hands together. And that enormous, veinous mass. It cannot scream, for it has no mouth. But hurls itself at the invisible barrier that has been holding it in the town formerly known as Mayburn. And blasts through, hurling itself to the west, where a large body of water has recently burst its banks and is now bereft of a guardian. And as this mass, shameless as it is, hurtles through Summerbury, what's left of it, the few survivors in this place, which I regret to inform everybody does include the once and future Kingpin. It absorbs the mass of those left behind and grabs splinters of wood and rock and rubble to form a rudimentary skin, and absorbs all of this into a large gelatinous core. As it hurls itself into the burst banks of Lake Lahana, the oily surface of the water clings to its skin, giving it a tar-like complexion. As it begins to swim to the north. Tater Tots, are there any conversations you'd like to have during your walk to Fola? You will arrive at approximately 3 p.m.
Is this thing going to Fola?
So that thing came from not here?
Please no.
Mayburn.
From the town formerly known as Mayburn that is no longer...
And it was
in the field.
It was the tendrils that grew out of the cosmic ash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got you.
It has to be related to the ambassador from the moon.
That or it is the emissary. But anyways, we don't know that.
Yeah, because the
don't know any of
emissary was
this.
supposed to come in 4 days, and we're on day 2, 3?
3.
3? So
Because maybe that's like an intro. Like
No, you're on
here's
day...
this blob.
You're on day 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day after
Yeah.
tomorrow.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
'cause
right.
it's
After
not-
that rest,
Yes.
you have 2 days.
that's
The day
my
after tomorrow will be a
confusion.
full moon. The emissary will arrive.
Because it's, like you
Okay.
said, maybe related to the emissary, but it is not the emissary yet. Unless it got here early.
In due time.
But yeah. Not knowing that, D's gonna pull out his trident.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'm assuming what is, I guess, casting sending to Lay Tidecaller.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna ask him. How am I supposed to bring these things back to the ocean? Is there something that I can use with Wave to do so? If not, I'm gonna have to put these things down where they stand.
Catch them if you can, by whatever means necessary. Your devices will not work.
Okay.
Find another method.
Okay.
All else fails, put them down.
You got it, coach.
The clouds above you today are a dull pink with a shimmer of gray held between, and they roil unnaturally, blocking the sun and most of the view of the sky. Any of your critter friends that very much enjoy thunderstorm weather will be emboldened by the day.
Cool.
Hey, D,
What up, buddy?
you want to give me that thing?
What thing?
The ship, the boat thing.
Oh, the Marquis de Gar? Sure.
That's what it's called.
Yep. Then I'll pull out that little kind of like leathery pouch and I'll hand it over to him.
Yeah. You receive a small leather pouch bundled around the family crest of the Marquis de Gar.
So how's this work again?
Pin it to yourself. Think about binding yourself to it, and that's it.
That's it.
There's a little more.
That's as far as D
Yes.
understands. That's how it works.
Yes. There is a thick spike in the back of it that must puncture the user's heart,
Yeah.
thus binding you to the
There
torment.
is that little detail.
Yeah.
Shouldn't kill you.
It won't. You'll survive. But it is definitely the case that
Really?
if someone challenges you for the family crest and removes it, you as you know it will die and join the crew.
Well, you're gonna
Okay.
be a tree anyway.
I mean, it's really, do you want
If
to
I
be
don't
a,
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to be a drowned sailor or a tree? There are the many choices of
I mean,
of
if
CJ.
anyone's gonna
Or
do it,
neither of
it's
them,
CJ.
and I just never die, technically.
Okay.
That is, I guess, an option, yeah. By some means,
I
if he
am
never
immortal.
dies, he doesn't have to make that choice. But yeah,
Touche.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the whole heart thing. I forgot about that part, so I'm probably not gonna do this right now. But thanks. Okay, bye.
yeah. It is,
Do you hand it back to me?
No.
Okay. That's fine.
it's an action to do, but other than that, you have the family crest and the Marquis de Gar.
Cool. Hopefully, I have actions if I'm dying.
We'll find out. That's the gamble,
that's
dude.
the Hail Mary.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Might as well.
Someone goes to stab you. Can you just stab me right here? It'll be easier to put it in
just,
after.
yeah, put that in there.
Actually, can you just use this?
I'll
Just
just
right,
put it
just
in.
right in the heart.
Just do a quick sleight of hand.
No, I promise. I'll let you. I'll let you kill me. I
The
promise.
cheat thing is you do
You
it now,
are.
and they go, stab me in the heart. Ping! Got him.
Gotcha.
It's like when someone takes a shot, but they have like a whole like wad of cash there, or
Yeah.
like a
Or the
police officer
Bible.
badge, or a Bible, and it catches it.
Cigar case.
The word
Read
of
the
the
Bible.
Bible. Yes, the word of the Lord
Flask of whiskey.
will always save you.
Or just like a bunch of tarot cards.
Yeah, that too.
I'll be safe. It's not gonna fit. Too big for the pocket. Never mind, I'm gonna die.
Let them sit there until they fall out.
Gonna die.
All right. Any other combos?
Yes, I'm gonna talk to the group to Power Brain. So we need to capture these things, but not with our capture devices. Any ideas?
Capture these things.
Yeah, we're.
Hug them really hard.
Oh yeah, Tia, we're gonna go fight some sea monsters.
Oh, from
Yes.
in Fola. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about the
No.
the aliens.
Yeah, the prison at the bottom of Lake Lahana is without a warden.
Are
And
you
as such,
sure?
right,
and they all
that
went. Yeah, I remember that.
Pokeballs will not work, even like your Blackwater balls. They
I-
work better on
Correct.
water
Yeah.
types.
Yes.
I am
You have
100% positive.
a guarantee
Wow.
from the god of the seas.
So the prison they were in prior, that was made by the warden.
Yes, that was made by the Feraligator.
The
Who is
guardian.
no longer
What was
with
it
us.
made out of? Like,
It was made of water.
oh,
It held them in place.
can you do that with your trident?
I mean,
Or
I have
ask-
some
Put them
things
in
I
a
can
ball
do.
of water and
Yeah.
throw them into the ocean.
Like Dumbledore
Yeah,
did
so
to
they'll be like
Voldemort in that vault.
Hamsters just stuck in their ball.
I mean, I can bind them to the ground for a time.
No, that's what it's.
Did you roll your 5?
Not yet.
I feel like we should try that.
Oh, I mean, I
don't
can
know.
only do
What
that
else?
on. Would I mean, Dean knowing this, the carp, right? What kind of creature size would that classify as? Gargantuan, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything you've
Damn
seen
it.
in there is minimally huge.
You could try that, and I can try imprison with my staff.
How's Dominate Beast work?
They make a
I can
saving
also
throw,
do
and
that
if they
if we wanna
succeed,
do it
they're
together.
charmed by you until you break concentration.
There you go.
So, I mean,
Okay.
we could try to, I don't know if we're doing this one by one, try to corral them and then try to use my staff, your trident,
Yeah.
and then Nemo's.
I can control water, but it's in a 5-foot cube.
That's fine. We'll just make them
Alter
tiny.
currents.
Shrink them down.
Size manipulation.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna get you.
I mean, if we could, that'd be great. But yeah, I have
Shrinky dink.
some abilities, but the more I use this, I think Drew was saying I get more as the more I use it.
You get more what?
Yes, all of these.
More stuff with this.
Oh.
The
Yes.
more I do these things.
I thought you were
You're-
saying it's like taking you over. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
your
well,
various
No.
stabs and weapons and
Yeah.
abilities will scale with you as you use them.
I see.
Because the Tots haven't had a progression system to this point, the more runes you invoke out of your staff, the more you will unlock and be able to do with it. The more you use wave, the more it will expand. The more you guys use firearms and polymer cannons, you'll start to gain proficiencies with them and get better.
Yeah. So right now, let's try to get them down and weak as possible, and then we'll try that imprisonment thing. We'll try the dominate the beat. We'll try dominating them. I can talk to them. They ain't gonna listen to me, but
You can talk to him.
oh yeah.
So, the Tidecaller wants these things alive, basically, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and I can understand why. These creatures have a balance within the world. There's always a bigger fish. So you need these things to keep control of the things that would go reckless, and then there's things that will control these things to prevent them to go reckless, and it's the circle of life, my friend.
Okay, that was a lot. Why can't the tide callers swim like up the river to us and like
Do
help?
it.
Because this is for me to complete. He gave this to me to see if I'm worthy or not to take up the mantle of the Fraligator and Remy.
Okay, well, I'm willing to help in any way possible, but I don't have like powers, so I have Pokeballs and those won't work, so that's kind of my like end all. But you know, if you have suggestions, I'm here to help.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend dial up to knock him down a peg and keep Mortar away so he doesn't get absolutely clobbered by anything water. But just having your presence there is enough.
All right, well, I'll help however I can.
Perfect. And then I'll take out Wave fully and Hone Edge in the left hand.
Beautiful.
Let's do this, Marines.
Okay. Any other last minute preparations? Everybody knows what team members they're gonna have with them?
I will preemptively have Haka and Doubloon.
I know Milo's got the easiest job of that one.
Haka and Doubloon only for D.
Hawk and Doubloon, okay.
Question, Drew.
Yes.
Can I have Haka do a preemptive rain dance to kind of keep that kind of like going to building it up? Okay.
Yep. This is basically like as you guys are on approach to Fola, if there's any pre-battle things you want to do, if anybody has a setup move that they want to handle, now would be the time. You just let me know. We'll set the weather appropriately.
Anybody using any flyers?
Well,
You are?
I'll probably
Tailwind
use
for you.
Evinrude. I don't know if Evinrude gets help by Tailwind, but
He's a fly
I don't have access to Iris and I don't have access to Rose, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Rose and Growl are back in
Rose is out of
Abercrag.
commission.
guess
Iris
so.
is on the ship.
Iris is
We'll bring
certainly somewhere.
Pontiki.
Okay.
Yes, Pontiki will get a crazy bonus
Yeah,
right now
for the-
from both the
the
thunderstorm
atmosphere?
and if it rains.
Thank you, Zeus.
Pretty much, yeah.
Love that.
Haka's like, no, this
Thank
is
you,
me.
Zeus.
I watched
Yes.
per Joel's recommendation. Hercules in New York.
But I'm Hercules.
Rain dance for Haka, and
Yes.
then Red Sky at Night for
Okay.
Doubloon.
The thunderstorm. Electric and dragon attacks deal an additional die of damage
Oh.
and have expertise on attack rolls. So you're going to add your proficiency bonus twice. So everybody, it's going to be an additional +3 to hit. Flying types, your speed is reduced by 5 feet, which is not super noticeable because a lot of you have like 60 or 70 feet of
But
fly
with the
speed.
tailwind, that negates that minus
It would
5,
go
so they
from
actually have
-5 to +5.
Yeah.
You get +5.
Yep.
Yes, if you throw a tailwind up there, you'll get that extra.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but that's just the ambient thunderstorm. If you make it rain, all of the rain bonuses go there as well, which means your electric attacks get an AoE of 5 feet with that extra damage.
We're gonna do
and
it.
flying types will have a -5 to their fly speed, which means the tailwind will put it to neutral. So if it's heavy rain and a thunderstorm, tailwind will keep flying types at their normal base. They get all their extra bonuses, but their move speed's a little slower.
Yeah.
at the
If
top?
you are not a water type, your visibility is halved.
Ah!
Fire type attacks, not that I think anybody would bring them here, will deal 2 fewer dice of damage. Water will deal 2 extra.
I don't have
sir.
any water types. I just
You
realized
have
that.
Chester.
Well, he's 5
Chester's
or
a special
2,
boy.
Yeah, but he's also water, so that won't negate any
So
of his
it'd be
vision.
neutral.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so to set the scene for you, as Haka, you make it rain. Pontiki, you're kind of hovering. You're charged up. Lightning's coursing between your fingertips. You guys see Fola in the distance. A number of large pylons have been placed at specific points,
Okay.
both through the streets and around the city itself. As we may remember, Fola does still have some walls as a relic of its older life. It's time before the modern era. And on a lot of these are sort of Tesla coil-looking towers that crackle with potential. As Pontiki, you're just immediately like, yes! Finally! A place to test my skills! And wrapped around several of these, stretching an impossibly long distance, and wrapped around a lot of the wall and kind of forcing it down from out of the river, coiled around a water mill, is a 6 or 7 story tentacruel that is currently collapsing various power structures of Fola. Deep cerulean blue skin and bright red orbs kind of pulsing on the top of its head. As thunder is crackling above, it seems to be using those pylons to attract lightning away from itself. And you see in the river a fin of a shark that pops up and blocks all view through it. And it just continues to rise before leaping out and striking through one of these pylons and diving back down into the oily water with it. And you see a shark that stretches at least 30 feet from head to tail as it does one of those full breaches, catches one of these pylons, and lands on its side in the water.
Big shark.
I
Just
need everybody
waiting for you to go
to
swimming
roll
at
initiative.
Bondi Beach.
For their players, the player characters, and any Pokemon you would like to use at any point in this fight. If you don't know yet, that's fine. But if you don't have them out and you think you might send them out later, just roll them in now so that it's all out there.
Preemptive.
There are 6 electrical pylons nearby. They
Okay.
all have lightning rod. But they can be, as an action, discharged to literally
draw 'em?
use the move discharge. Yeah.
Yeah, you can draw.
But
If
you gotta
the
find a
pen
marker
works.
that'll work. You might
I
have
was
to
just
use
gonna
this
draw
one.
3 over here and then
This one might work.
you guys can draw 3 over there.
That was the only marker I could get to work on the brown one.
Just some pylons, you know.
So if you use an electric move, roll
There's
the
a
damage
pylon
for
over
it,
there.
and we'll note it on those pylons. And then as an action, anybody can go over and discharge it, and it will do a targeted launch towards one of these creatures and deal
okay.
damage plus the damage that's been pulled into it.
Okay. Pulled into it.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
from
you
the-
if you use a
sky?
lightning, if
No,
you
if
use
you
an electric
use an
move,
electric move.
it is pulled into the pylon. But if you as a trainer want to go over
Yeah,
there
we
and
can
pull the
discharge
switch,
them.
you can discharge it, thereby zapping somebody.
I see.
This is like a Sly Cooper battle.
You are
Yeah.
also in the effects of Call Lightning, which will be pulled into a pylon at random. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And every round on initiative count 20, one of those will get struck by lightning, which means you will always have something you can be doing.
Okay, cool.
It does require a human hand to pull. Your Pokemon do not know how to operate this thing. You guys barely do, but there's just a big switch.
Question.
Yes.
So, for instance, if we have like a melee electric move, how close do you have to be for it to like absorb in?
If it's like a thunderbolt range, if you are calling from the storm, it's gonna get pulled into the pylons.
Okay. So.
If you have a thunder punch, it's gonna hit as normal.
Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know, baby.
Well, I think that since we can psychically speak to one another, we all post up at a pylon.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is fine. You guys have a little bit of time to prep, because
That's a
as you're
smart
running
idea.
up, you just see these 2 massive creatures swarming up out of the green river that flows in the middle of Fola. And they're diving up and under some bridges. They're collapsing a lot of the infrastructure.
Drew.
Yes.
Can I do one more setup? You can tell me no.
I mean,
No.
I want to activate my Delmai's armor.
Okay.
From my coat.
Sure. As everybody gets on approach, you draw your various weaponry.
All right.
You send out your teams. You start running for these pylons as these creatures are just swarming in. Doubloon, you're up first in the heavy rain.
Yes, sir. Doubloon seeing this large tentacly creature. I'm just gonna hone in, and he is gonna go for a snipe shot and kind of just leave D's shoulders.
Okay.
Go into the sky.
Into the sky.
He's playing ska.
Yeah. So many
That
horns.
is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 3d12 plus the extra 2d12 from the heavy rain. Okay.
You master battle music.
Can I borrow 2d12?
There's just like a minute
Just went
lull
away.
in the music,
Yeah,
like right
there's
as we
just-
start. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Gracias, sir.
Just gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm like, that was anti-pog.
Yeah.
I need some more.
14, 20, 25, 31 points of water damage from Doubloon.
Dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
he comes out hot.
Doubloon,
got
you
it.
fly off the back of D's head, let out a beautiful snipe shot right into the back of the tentacruel's big flaps. Kind of skews off the side, maybe as expected. Doesn't hit quite as hard as you'd want, but it kind of gets some attention.
Perfect.
As one of those big red baubles, there's this little focused lens that kind of swings around to the back of its head.
Bonus action, or actually just part of the free action, is going to put Ocean's Bounty onto Haka.
Okay.
So Haka's going
got
to gain
Ocean's
some
Bounty.
temporary HP of 3. And then he's just going to, he's going to do his thing.
Okay. Very good. On initiative, count 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Roll the big d6. Do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
What have the gods chosen?
To kill Ampharos.
Ampharos is
dead! 1. Okay. So 1 right here. Joel, that's yours. Go ahead and roll me 3d8, buddy.
This is how much damage is being charged into it?
Yes. Yes, there is no danger of being, like, caught in the crossfire. These things are very, very skilled at what they do.
11.
11? Okay. Somewhere on here, or on your notes somewhere, just go ahead and write down there's 11 damage stored in that pylon. As an action, Milo can pull that, and it will deal 11 points of lightning damage to one of these creatures. There's not an attack roll, there's not a range to it. It will hit. But
Sick.
and it will deal damage based on the resistances.
I
and
wish we
weaknesses and
actually
stuff.
had a big lever we could pull at the table.
That would be wild.
Or like a big bell.
Okay, but that is
That would
initiative
be
count
fun to edit.
20, which also contains Haka, among other things. There's a lot of everybody's going on 20, 19, and 17.
Big Haka.
Yeah, Haka is just...
Big Haka.
He's just swimming for this giant tentacle.
Okay, diving into the water.
Oh,
Be safe, Haka.
Yeah, he's
on.
gonna jettison himself up. His fists are gonna crack with electrical energy,
Oh.
and then he's just gonna come on and slam.
Get tased.
And welcome to the jam.
Yes, sir.
Get him.
Natural 20.
Oh
my God.
You'll love to see it.
We got a real jam going down.
So that
Welcome
is
to the space jam.
2d10.
2d10.
What does the electric? Is it? You said an extra damage die for
An
that?
extra die of damage.
Okay.
So he has elemental punch now?
Oh yeah.
Hell
He's
yeah.
had it for a while.
Oh, okay.
He had it since he grew his hands.
I don't know that
Yeah.
I've battled with Haka since he's evolved.
Yeah.
He was in the dogfight. That was about it. But I don't think
Yeah.
he used any of his punches. Really.
I don't think so.
Yeah, cool.
Let's
The
do it.
punchy boys.
If you roll doubles or crit, the target is burned, paralyzed, or frostbite. So I'm hoping for a paralyze.
You choose.
So
You
that is
choose.
8, 9,
You
10, 11,
choose.
12, 17, double to 34.
34. All right. Haka, you wasting no time. You spring into action. You kind of like push D to the side heroically. Fling yourself in the air. Lightning strikes into your fist as you clock into the back of the tentacruel, just kind of smashing its head down. It flattens out and then springs back up and looks down at you with pure malice as it's still crackling with lightning.
You hit him in the jelly.
but you hit,
Bonus action.
which
I'm gonna hit him
means
again.
do it again.
Get punched.
Ooh, that's
Is that like his ability?
no, that's
just
part of the move.
Yeah, that's just the move. I took away part of double slap to make elemental punch.
16?
Okay.
16 hits.
Perfect.
He's a big squishy guy. He's got some tricks, but he's
He's
very
a
easy to hit.
Big squishy guy.
Yes.
26.
That was a roll and a half, Dev. Way to go.
I don't know if that's doubled.
Yeah, did we double the last one too?
Oh, I doubled
Yeah.
it to
Lightning.
34.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doubled
And
it.
then so that would
So he would
be-
take another 34, really.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
this
He
is...
is weak, he is weak to lightning damage.
So this is 26, so double to
So you actually
52?
did 68
Yeah.
last
68
time?
last
Yeah,
time.
and then 52 with this one.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Start of Haka's turn because of
We're not
water
needed. We
absorb.
can just leave.
Because of water absorb.
Haka's
is going
got
to,
this.
Yeah, clearly.
What a Chad.
Lightning damage, baby.
Look at him go.
He has 9, 10, 11 points of temporary HP now instead.
I love it.
Oh, Haka.
All right. Haka, you follow up that first hit as it's coming down. You grab it by the big schnoz and punch it kind of back up. As it's reeling backwards, it's the one that's on initiative 20 with you.
Perfect.
As you fling it into the air,
Crusher.
it stabilizes
Crusher.
itself on one of the pylons. And we have 7 attacks coming in.
Holy
We're going to do
butts.
4 at Haka.
That's fair.
1 at D.
Yeah.
1 at Doubloon.
4,
4,
5,
5,
6.
6.
You have one more.
1 at Chicky Baby.
Chicky Baby's like, bro, what the fuck?
Daddy's here, watching.
Okay, Haka.
You don't even know if I'm on your side.
19?
Yes.
Chicky Baby resists
23.
water, though,
Yes.
right?
She's about to get
And
sprinkled
23.
and
Yes.
grow.
Okay.
You need one more attack on Haka. I thought there was 4 at him.
And 19 again.
Yes.
My
So 4
God.
hits. 4 hits. That's
So Haka,
He's taking all 4.
fine. Yeah.
Haka,
He's got a lot of HP.
the first one on Haka is 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I need you to make a strength save.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, this is gonna
Second
be a
go.
lot of. This is gonna be a rough round.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy gets a lot of
strength
attacks.
save, right?
One for each tentacle.
Strength save.
Oh my god.
We
One for each tentacle.
cock.
Take him out quick.
We gotta take out a tentacle.
That is going to be 16.
I want to
succeeds.
laser off
Okay.
one of the tentacles.
Second one, 19 points of
You
damage.
just have a lightsaber now.
and a strength
use
save.
the
It's gonna
lightning
get a little
thing.
tedious.
That's fine.
Slice it off.
You get to control it like a lightsaber. Just
Yeah.
That will be 17.
17 succeeds. Third one is 11 points of damage and a strength save.
Okay.
Tentacles, baby. Tentacles.
16.
16 succeeds. And last one on Haka is 15 more points of damage. One final strength
Ow.
save.
Yeah, that he is hurting now,
Jeez.
baby.
Don't get hit. by
It'll
this
be
thing.
fine.
I feel like I gotta put Ponjiki away.
11.
11.
That was a low
Okay.
one.
Haka, you get a peach ring of being grappled.
Okay. I'm gonna toss it on him.
There you go.
Get peached.
Haka, as you finish your punch, 4 tentacles just collapse around you, and one of them just begins to squeeze and holds you out of the water and just stares at you. One coming in at
Wait,
D.
wait, wait.
Okay, hold on one sec. I need
got
to
an AC
roll.
20.
I need to roll 4 Constitution saves.
That is fair. You have
Succeeds.
advantage because you're in the rain.
Succeeds. This one advantage. Succeeds.
Good.
And probably pretty sure that succeeds. The lowest one was a 17.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine. Okay. The one at D will miss with the AC 20. As the tentacle slams into you, you just go, I am the sea! And it just slams off the side.
Let's go.
Doubloon is sharing your AC 20.
Yes.
And that's a 13 to hit him. So as another tentacle comes in over top, you just hold the trident out, and it's almost gonna get impaled as it kind of holds back.
Let's go, baby.
And one at Chicky Baby is a 23.
no, that misses, bro.
Okay.
Chicky Baby, 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
14.
14. Chicky Baby, you also get a peach ring of being grappled.
Great.
No.
As the tentacle lassos around you,
Those are
CJ,
some
you kind of
big-ass
duck out of the
tentacles.
way as a tentacle coils around the massive body of Chicky Baby and yanks her into the oil.
Oh no.
Great. Great.
So she is underwater.
Great.
Keeping us on track. We got a lot to get through. Apophis, you're up next.
Yeah. So Apophis is going to little float ski behind Dial Up and use Rune Glow on Dial Up.
Okay, dial up. You are
Interesting.
empowered.
Yes.
Rune Glow. Okay, up next. The aptly named Sharp Predator. You guys are spared for now as Ampharos is the juiciest target.
Yeah.
The massive shark throws itself out of the water, tackles the Ampharos. We'll see if it hits.
Bro, Sharp Predator is such a sick name.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm not going to scare everybody with how high that hit. Go ahead and grab the Ampharos dice. They're both going over here and back into the water.
Oh boy.
Ampharos is going to take a startling amount of damage.
There's water here too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That bridge is safe. You guys are kind of on it with the pylons.
Oh, I
Water
misunderstood.
everywhere.
Yes,
Water
we've
everywhere.
never
There's just
dealt
a
with
bridge
the
system above the
middle
water.
of Fola, but that's where we are right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I got you. Okay.
Okay, I didn't want to
Where's
scare with
the-
it to hit.
where
This
the
is
blue?
not a ton of damage.
Where the blue at?
15. The Ampharos, as we know, is pretty beef, but does suffer a whopping 25 points of damage, is pulled underwater, and has the wind knocked out of it.
Okay.
Those are cool birds, man.
So the Ampharos is currently drowning. But that's the Sharp Predator. We have the Oni. What's the play? You're water infused. You can breathe underwater. You don't have to breathe. You're a machine.
In
I'm
fact,
the
you
machine.
don't have to
the
breathe.
sound machine.
If he were to fire off a dragon pulse at this guy,
Mm-hmm.
can he confirm that it won't hit Haka?
He can't, but you could try.
Couldn't it like dive in and swim under it and hit it like straight up?
Right in the
possible.
butt.
Or aim at the tentacle grabbing Chicky?
I can't guarantee anything. Is
Okay.
what I'm saying.
I got
if
you.
what I'm getting at is if the Oni misses, there is a non-zero chance he will just rail one of your friends.
Cool.
Such
Rail
as
me, daddy.
such as the benefit of having something grappled The Tentacrusher is getting stronger based on the number of things it's holding, because it has more things to throw in the way of your attacks.
Like a cow.
Jump
All
in.
right, yeah, he's gonna
Turning
jump in
attack
and
into
go
defense.
into a situation where that hawk is out of the way. He can't see any other targets than the thing, and he'll go for a Dragon Pulse.
All right.
You gotta do a dex save.
All right.
Don't be dexterous, you're a large kraken. You
Well,
have no dexterity, you have strength, is my guess.
that's a 5.
Aha!
That's a failure.
Let's go.
This is a dragon-type move. It will deal an additional die of damage due to the thunderstorm.
Oh, blimey.
Dragons are atmospheric.
Grab what you need.
Do you have enough?
Yep.
There's 7.
Yep.
Feed off
Here we
the
go.
energy. Woo! Wow!
Well, some big numbers and some small numbers. We'll take it. 16.
Swings and roundabouts.
16, 18, 20, 23, 24, 25.
25.
Yes.
All right. 25 points of damage to the big guy.
Okay.
The Tentacrusher.
All right.
Accept it.
The Oni just walks to the side of the bridge and just does the, like, quick hop jump into the water. And then from the bottom of the river, there's just this big burst of purple energy that slams through the Tentacrusher and just kind of sheaves off part of its head. Still going strong. Still holding on to some of your friends. Rosalie. Rosalie sees that you're here, Milo, just goes, "Good to see you, kid," and runs over to
This
pylon
pylon?
number 2.
Oh,
So she's just going to go over there.
why not just do that one?
Because you're manning that one. And also, before you got here, remember how I had you roll some dice? She's going to zap.
Zap him!
28 plus 13. 41?
What?
28 plus 13,
Yes.
41, yes.
41, so 82. 82 points of damage to the Tentacrusher
Hell
Nice.
from the pylon. You guys rolled really well earlier. Bzz. Okay. As the Tentacrusher gets zapped, the tentacles thankfully are not super conductive, so the lightning does not travel through and kill your friends. The Oni, being at the bottom of the river, would take some heat, but is infused with electricity. So it doesn't. Don't have to worry about that one.
Just absorbs
Not that
it.
anybody's worried about it.
I
not
do
really.
not care.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. It
There
got
is
hurt. That's a
currently
shame.
nothing on initiative count 8, so we go to CJ. Phoebe, you're on deck, and then
Okay.
Chicky Baby, you're at the bottom of the river.
I'm gonna pull out the poly cannon and
Yeah.
like prep it, get it ready to go.
All right, sweet baby.
And are these ready to go? Can I fire off a pylon or no?
You can fire off that one specifically, yes.
Okay,
Do it.
we'll do that.
Okay. Roll me 3d12.
Nine, 4.
Hell yeah. That's 22.
22.
It's doubled to 44.
No, it's got to add something first. 22,
What are we adding?
it's 11, 33, 66.
Sauce.
Wow.
He's adding some sauce.
For real.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting real
So,
saucy.
CJ, you just see a big lever, and you're like, and it just launches a beautiful array of lightning directly into the face of the Tentacrusher, which is holding some of your friends.
Yeah, well.
As it's just, which D understands as "I will crush your friends and bury them in the sea."
What did he say, D? No.
From all the way.
Yeah.
D, what did he say?
No, he can psychically speak.
Oh, right.
This one and this one are now on a 1-round recharge, and they also have to be struck again.
Okay.
Okay.
fire.
Oh, okay.
Or be recharged. They have
Okay.
used their charges. One is still holding a charge. The other 3 are currently null and void. But we'll deal with that later.
Oh.
Phoebe, it's your turn.
So I can't pull the lever.
You could, but it would just do 3d12. You're not gonna add anything to it.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting at.
I
These
see.
these are holding an extra charge.
Okay, so having seen them use their pylons, is there a little finesse to these babies?
Not really,
Okay.
but what are you going for?
I was gonna try to laser cut off its arm holding Haka or Chicky Baby.
Roll me 3d12.
Okay.
If we get at least 25 raw damage,
Okay.
I'll let you free one of them.
Yes.
It'll probably have to be Haka, because Chicky Baby is underwater.
Right. Okay.
But I'll say if you roll at least 25 on 3d12, because that's a pretty good damage roll,
Okay.
and will do a lot of damage.
What is each round of combat in time?
6 seconds.
Okay, so that's the comforting thing about Chicky Baby being underwater
3D12.
for like an hour of table time.
I'm not
is
worried
it's
about it.
6 seconds.
She'll be
Yeah.
fine.
If I need to, I can give her water breathing too.
She's basically
Yeah.
just gonna drown a little bit every turn.
Would have been nice if the other two were even decent.
17. Okay.
Lost.
That's still 34 damage. That is dealt to the big lad.
Okay.
It
But
makes
it does
sense
not
that the
manage
Nubster
to.
dice came through.
You're trying to like finesse it, but it's really just a ball of lightning.
'Kay.
And Pontiki's like, I wanted to use it. And it just launches out and slams
Okay.
into the tentacle.
I'm gonna look at Pontiki then before my turn's over and
Yeah.
be like, do you think next time you could help me like
She's
laser
like,
focus it?
she's like, shoot me, mother.
Like focus.
I will handle it.
Focus the lightning.
Possible.
Okay.
Chicky baby, start of your turn. Take 9 points of water damage.
Ow!
Unreduced because it's just filling your lungs.
Ow!
You are grappled, your speed is 0, and you're blind, but you're being held by something.
Ow!
That was Chicky Baby's turn.
That's her. That's all she does. She just says ow.
I mean, you can do things as long as it doesn't require you to see, or if you just roll an attack at disadvantage.
Can she grapple the grapple?
I mean, technically, yes. But then they're
Nice.
both just holding onto each other, and then they both have to break free to
The
get free.
sweet embrace of death.
Yeah. We're drowning together, and it's like,
grapple you.
yeah. I'll grapple you. I'm a tentacle. I
Yeah.
can do this all day.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She'll she can't. Can she use solar beam right now?
She cannot due to the weather.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't raining, there's a thunderstorm blocking the sky.
Okay, then she's gonna try to be strong and use Vine Whip to get out of this grapple.
Do you want a vine whip or do you want to get out of the grapple?
Well, can you just? Is it just a strength check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be a strength check against the tentacle. Get out of the grapple. Works just like the Portelo tentacle in that regard.
You could try tickling it.
Oh, stop!
If I
big
hit
octopus.
just the tentacle, is it possible that it'll let go of me?
It's possible, but I'm gonna make you a similar deal that I made.
Sounds good.
BB.
Let's do that.
Okay. What
Smack
are the damage dice on the vine whip?
2d8.
2d8. All right, give me a 13 or higher on your damage, and you can have it.
Nice.
Because that's almost
Come
max.
on!
What'd you roll to hit?
You
Oh
gotta,
yeah,
you
I gotta fucking do that first. I probably don't even hit it.
You are at disadvantage because you're blind. You like there's a tentacle around you, but
12.
12 misses. As you lash out in the water, you're like more air bubbles kind of lash out. Uh-oh. Dial up.
Okay, so I was kind of doing this as you were talking because there's a lot to unpack right here.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
with the weather, you said that electric attacks get an additional die of
Additional
damage.
die of damage and 5 feet of AoE, but will be redirected to one of the 6 pylons.
I got you. And then he has a +3, or they have a +3 to hit
Yes.
because of analytic.
Yes. But they will have an additional +3 from the weather.
Okay, so it's +6.
Yeah.
On top
the-
of already.
on
Yes, so
just
whatever
the
you have, you'll
attack.
add your analytic and then an additional 3. The attack roll will be very good to hit, but what are you going for?
Well, Dial Up will aim at the shack,
Okay.
not knowing that one of these lightning
fine.
rods is going to absorb it. But like,
it'll get pulled into whichever one's the closest from where they
right.
are.
I mean, worst case,
and their
we're
target.
recharging one, so
Yeah.
like I'm kind of okay with that.
Yes.
That's above 20.
Okay. Yeah, dial up. Similar last time that you tried to fry somebody to death. You let out a beautiful array of lightning, and it gets pulled directly into a pylon. Go ahead and roll your damage for that,
Right. So it's.
and we'll add it to the 11 that is in here.
Okay, so it's 4d8 because it's usually. Oh, and I have the. Oh, never mind. I don't have the magnet anymore.
Maiden.
Ooh, that was kind of nice. 19.
19? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and write 19 more on there. Putting us to a lovely even 30, I believe. So it's going to be 3d12 plus 30 coming out of that thing next time it gets used.
Yeah.
Dial up, you charge up that pylon beautifully. It's a similar construction to you, being an older model. That's the one I consider dial up. We have a similar issue
Also,
with Derby
I lied
these days,
because
but-
I didn't do the analytic additional die, so it's 7 more tacked onto that.
So we're at 37 held in there. Okay. You Tyracious.
I wrote it down and I still forgot. It's
okay.
Because it was adding another die for the weather, another die for analytic, and then 6 more from Apophis.
Yeah. You blast charge this pylon. This thing is like full to bursting.
That
It's
thing's
looking
gonna-
great.
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Bullet.
Bullet's just gonna go for a drill peck
Okay.
on the Sharpedo.
Okay.
Sharp Predator.
Shaw Predator. Okay.
Potentially help out Ampharos here.
I love it.
That'll be a critical hit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fucking boy.
Bullet! All he does is crit. That's all he does.
Come on, baby.
17 flying damage, doubled to 34.
Why? Oh,
'Cause of the crit.
Yeah.
34. Okay. Here is where the Sharp Predator differs from the Tentacrusher.
Oh boy.
As you drill peck into its back, there's a kind of writhing in the water as Ampharos kind of bubbles up to the surface free of the jaws.
Okay.
Sharp Predator has a threshold of damage where it will just spit up whatever it's holding.
Okay.
Where the Tentacrusher, because it's a tentacle, doesn't care
Right.
what you do to it.
I got 12 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. All right. So Bullet, beautiful. As you drill into there and the
Solid turn,
Ampharos
solid
is freed. The Vile Plume.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you got more?
No, I crit, so I get to do it again.
Oh, that's right.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen Bullet crit in a long time.
18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
So at least 18.
Yeah, none of these are like supernaturally hard to hit.
Um,
They're just big.
that 12 more flying damage.
12 flying damage.
Nice.
Fly! All right, Bullet. As you drill into its back and Ampharos is freed, you just continue your drill run, like all the way up the back of this Sharp Predator.
Fly, my
Its
pretty.
large shark eye just peers through the water to look at you, deep beneath the oil murk. Are we staying where we are? Are we happy there?
Yes.
Or do we want to get away from it?
No, we'll stay up on it.
Okay. The Vile Plume,
Bullet
the one
ain't
that is
scared.
helping you.
Bullet ain't scared.
Problem.
The Vile Plume that is chilling right here sees a whole bunch of lovely friends have just arrived.
Sage is gonna be watching.
Yeah, and is
Intensely.
going to throw up a grassy terrain on this whole like land bridge area right here.
Sick.
So everybody on there right now,
Delicious.
if you are missing hit points, which I don't know that anybody is, but just in case,
I'm missing quite a bit.
everybody
But I'm way
on
over.
this little bridge here gets 5 hit points back. If you were missing it. All right. Our Magneton friend over here knows exactly the drill and sees D. Gives you 3 sequential nods and is going to not use the gym rules and unleash an Ion Deluge into pylon number 4.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
And is like, you know what to do.
Don't waste this.
You shoot it just at the moon.
It's like, oh, this is what. This is not what we're doing.
30 points of electric damage pulled into pylon number 4.
Woohoo!
It gives you the nod and then just kind of hovers over ominously, looking at Haka and is like, I got you, pal, don't worry.
Okay.
That's the Magneton. It is now D Blackwater's turn.
It is an action to pull this lever.
It is an action to pull the lever.
Okay. Bonus action, since I already have Hone Edge out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. And I'm just going
throw
to,
him?
like, yeah, I'm gonna tomahawk this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
He's
for-
going to take his turn, like, on yours so that it's easy.
I figured as much.
So if you throw him, he can make an attack, and then
Yeah.
Haka, or not Haka, Hanage will be a separate entity from now on.
Okay. I'm
Until you
going
bring him
to carve with him.
I love it.
Modified 20.
Modified 20 is great.
So now anytime he takes an attack, he's going to take an additional d4.
He's going to start bleeding.
Yeah. He's
like
going to
it.
take 6 points of bleed damage.
I love it. All right, he's
and
got one
then
stack of
It's
cards.
giving him 1,000 paper
I'm gonna
cuts.
I'm gonna have him just come back.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to
Hanage
stay in there.
flings in, carves down the front, and you can see now at the top of the Tentacrusher's face, you just carve down right above the eye. And it's just furious.
Now it looks even more badass.
in
It
this
does. You made me look cooler, thanks.
in this Tentacrusher's language, I'm going to shout, "You will bow to me," and then just rip this pylon.
Wow.
Ooh, okay, roll me 3d12.
I see.
3d12, we're gonna add 30, and then we're gonna
D gets
double it.
muscles, and now he's telling people to bow to him.
I mean, I am pretty sauced.
Kneel before me.
I am Ocean Daddy.
17.
Put that
with
on the t-shirt.
30,
47.
Ow!
100 minus 6 is 94.
What do we have? Water damage?
Electric.
Electric damage.
From the thingy.
Oh,
As you scream, you will bow to me. And it just zaps right in. Haka, you watch as he's held, he just goes. As the Tentacrusher gets struck directly in the nose. It's a beautiful hit.
Right in his squid beak.
All right, we staying where we are. Happy there?
No,
You're-
I'm getting in this thing's face now.
You're going in the water?
Oh, yeah.
All right, D,
Let's do
you
this.
dive into the oil, and it just sticks immediately to your skin.
Yep.
And it's like covering your eyes, and you're like, no, gross. Ah.
Yeah, I'm going to get right up
No,
on him. I'm
gross.
going to be side by side with Oni and Haka.
Okay.
If you can move me.
put me in the water where I belong.
Put me with my people, the fish. I want to be there.
Yep.
Evanrude.
Okay, so I have a thing that I want to ask you.
Sure.
Evanrude, because he has compound eyes, has advantage on sight-based perception checks.
Yes.
Can Evanrude make a perception check on the tentacle that is currently grappling Chicky Baby to give him a better chance at striking said tentacle and releasing her?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. That's all I want is a potentially. So he will do a perception check first on the thingy. Ugh, that's a 13.
13. Okay. I mean, you can see a tentacle going beneath the waves, and it's kind of writhing, and there's a little bit of bubbles spurting up.
Okay.
If you want to make a called shot, this thing just has boosted AC against it. But otherwise, you can go for it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he would just try and use his perception on said tentacle to try and strike the correct one to release Chicky Baby, but is then just going to aim for a tentacle with an air slash.
Okay. Called shots, baby. I believe in you.
Oh, dirty 20.
That'll do.
Nice, Evanrude.
By 1.
Alrighty.
Cold shots add 5 to the AC, unless you're aiming for like an eye or something very specific. Then it's 10.
That's 12 flying damage.
12 flying damage.
No doubles, though, which was what I was hoping for.
That's all right. Damage is damage. This thing is
Damage.
bleeding pretty heavily. There's a lot of blood pooling into the oil that is now the Green River.
Okay.
This river is like black and red and brown now.
it
It's very
bloody?
ungreen. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
It has been for a little bit, but you guys have just been hitting it with haymakers, so it's get lost in the house. Ampharos is just breaching the surface and sees Bullet and is like, I remember you. Oh, hi. And this bad boy would ordinarily go for a Danger Close Thunder, but wants to actually hit. So he's going to go for a Dragon Pulse on our close good friend, the Sharp Predator.
Smart.
And that will strike, and we're going to deal some additional Damaggio, courtesy of the weather. Gonna throw out a lovely 7 on 3d10. Oof. But damage is damage. Ampharos launches a beautiful purple beam that breaks through the surface of the water, carves through the Sharp Predator, kind of blasts off a little bit of the skin, and hits the cloud cover. And it kind of parts for a second before roiling back together. And you begin to notice that the Ampharos is the center of this sort of pinkish fog over the top of the town. He's holding it together. Bentley Woods.
I have an idea. Get
Nipsey's
these things
on
out of
deck.
here.
Bentley is going to try and pull the lever of 6,
Yeah.
and he's not strong enough because he's still BB Baby with crap stats, and then he's going to jump on it and like use his entire body weight to pull down the lever of the lightning rod.
I love it. Roll me 3d12.
3d12.
At the shack.
Yes. I don't know that I'd be able to hit that, but Drew would know better than me.
Yeah, basically, like, the two in the middle can hit either target. These two have to hit this guy.
Right,
or
right.
this side, I should say.
Yeah.
And these two have to hit this side.
That would make sense.
They're going to not use the green one. It'll blind
12
everybody.
doubled to 24.
24.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right. Yet another pylon discharges, slamming into this thing. Bullet and Ampharos are like, yikes! Ampharos will use its ability to pull what would have hit Bullet into itself.
Nice.
Because you guys are within 5.
Nice.
Clarifying question.
Yeah.
They traveled up a river to get here, correct?
Yep, the river is flowing north to south, so they're downwards. So
Okay.
the current will push them back to Lake Lahana, if that's where you're
Okay,
getting at.
and then Lake Lahana is connected to the sea at some point, correct?
Yep, it
Okay.
flows through the cave system and then
Yeah.
up sea.
Have an idea, we just have to get them to 0.
I mean,
Bob float him.
I mean, for one of them, you're getting pretty close. Nipsey, you're up next.
Sick.
We have a beautiful Bentley Woods discharge off the Tesla pylon.
Nipsey is going to skitter over next to the Vile Plume. And Nipsey is going to try for a seed bomb onto the Shaw Predator.
Get him. Got him, coach.
Oh, yeah, baby. 25.
That hits.
Let's go. Okay, 2d10. Do. 8 damage. There's the doubles I needed last time.
Hey.
8 damage, but then on a hit, the target is seeded for 1d8 damage at the end of each of your turns. Nipsey recovers 1d6 HP each time this damage is dealt.
Okay.
The target may use an action to remove the seeds. Additionally, if the target takes fire damage, the seeds are burned away.
Well, he does not have hands to remove them. And
So should
He's trying to
ain't
munch
no
it off.
fire
Nom, nom,
nearby.
nom, nom.
Should I just roll that now because it's the
Yep,
end of
end of
Nipsey's
your
turn?
turn.
Yes.
6 more damage from
6 more.
the leech seed via seed bomb.
All right, Nipsey, you just walk out there. You go, and these 2 little seeds grow out before expanding, and then bursting into a beautiful array of vines and thorns that just jab into this thing.
Atta-way, Nip.
Start cutting it. We have Wadsworth, Sage, you're on deck, and then it's gonna be Milo and then Pontiki. Wadsworth.
He's gonna get to the edge.
Okay.
Channel some water and go for a water pulse.
Okay. Get him, buddy.
A 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
That will do, donkey.
So it'd be 15, 19, 25, 28
Hell
water
yeah.
damage.
28.
Good roll.
Okay. Ton of damage. It is halved water on water violence. But Wadsworth, as you size up this creature before you, you try to reach out and see sort of what you're dealing with, and you're completely barred by the darkness in this thing's brain. And you're like, never mind. Blast him with a water pulse. And it's a good strong hit.
Yay!
It's
Sage, isn't it?
Sage.
In it, governor.
Yeah. It's gonna go Sage, Milo, Pontiki. So be ready, be thinking.
Oh, I know. Okay. What I'd like to do,
Yeah.
if I could, I want to do lashing vines. However, I would like to, before,
Yeah.
maybe I have to wait another turn to actually do lashing vines, turn the vines into the brambly patch instead of creating a bramble patch. So I'd like to encase my vines in a bramble patch.
I'm gonna encase your vines in a bramble patch.
Yes. So they're owie. They hurt.
Yes.
Owie.
I get what she's saying.
Owie vine.
I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
She's hitting with a sticker bush, essentially.
Yes.
Where are you ending? You're ending right there?
Salud, there it is.
Yes.
5, 10. Somebody double check my math here, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. You're barely in range.
What?
All grass types within 100 feet of Vileplume.
Yeah.
And right now, I think only Milo is picking up on it.
Okay.
You guys can see it if
Okay.
you're nearby. It is glowing bright green.
Uh-huh.
You are technically source empowered for the moment. So in this
We all know what happens when
circumstance,
Sage is source empowered.
in this moment, yes, you can do a bramble patch and a vine lash.
Is that the same for Nipsey?
Sick.
That would technically be the same for Nipsey.
Nice.
So if there was a time to stretch the rules of what your moves are capable of, it's
Okay.
if you're a grass type within 100 feet of this Vileplume for as long as it's conscious and concentrating.
What about Chicky Baby?
Chicky Baby, you are underwater, but yeah, if you can
You're
get
drowning,
on,
bitch.
if you can get on
So
land,
what? Still within 100 feet.
yeah, if you can get yourself on land, yes.
Well, Hundy.
Oh, put that on a t-shirt.
You're drowning, bitch.
Drowning, bitch!
All right, Sage.
Okay.
So you've got Bramble Patch ready to go.
Yes.
And you want to focus it on your own vines.
Yes.
Like a super painful Groot growth.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a Vine Lash.
Okay.
See if you hit. We'll start there.
Yes.
See if you hit.
Any extra bonuses to hit because of it?
No.
Oh.
No, it's
24.
basically it just expands their abilities.
Gotcha.
Good. That'll hit.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't do, because this is not Tropius levels of Source Stone.
Okay.
This is very, very small concentrated pocket.
Cool.
Okay, so I have 2 vines.
You have 2 vines.
So I've hit what I would like to do.
Yes.
Take one, whack, right into the eyes.
Okay.
Blinded.
Yeah.
Second one, I'm gonna grab the tentacle that's holding onto Haka.
Yeah.
And yank it towards the bridge
Okay.
so that
Give me some damage.
Haka
Give me some
can
damage.
get away.
Yeah.
Sage
Haka's just gonna go
Indiana
back.
Jones.
Give me some damage. I want
Well,
to see it.
Haka's in the air, right? Can I see
Indiana Sage.
the tentacle that's holding Chicky Baby
You
underwater?
can all see the tentacle,
Sagiana.
but it goes immediately into this oil.
Short round.
Right.
And there's just bubbles
and
popping
Chicky
up.
Baby's under.
You can very quickly determine where Chicky Baby is. She's just an indeterminate depth.
And the tentacle
in the
that's
oil.
holding her.
Yes,
Okay.
it is connected to
All
the
right,
body.
so
This
let's
is, you can't see through the water.
Yes.
'cause
Yes,
it's
this
heavy.
is water, but it's functioning like oil or tar.
Okay.
As a mixture of both the lack of a guardian for the river and, more importantly, the creature that you're fighting.
Yeah.
Is filling this with
So,
just
okay,
oil.
I'm gonna reverse that. Haka's fine. He can go in the water.
Yeah.
I am gonna grab the tentacle that's holding Chicky Baby.
Okay.
With the other one.
So roll me some
and
damage.
Pull it up.
Give me some damage first. Start there, because I got to see how much extra you're gonna
Okay.
accomplish.
I like where your head's at.
Yes.
Get him.
I love where you're headed. You might kill him because you guys are throwing haymakers left, right, and center.
Okay.
So you might get
3d8.
everything you want and then some.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Fudge him up.
Almost took out
14?
Rosalie with that sucker. 14.
14 damage?
Yeah.
What is your damage dice? Like, what did we roll out of
Trace D8.
3d8?
Yeah, 3d8.
You got 14 and 3d8. Okay.
Yes.
So what happens is you deal 14 damage,
Okay.
as it should be super effective, but it is also resisted. This thing is also poison type. So it just does straight damage. It's not enough to pull Chicky Baby out of the water,
Okay.
but it's enough to disrupt the tentacle as
Okay.
you're kind of starting to pull it to the surface.
Okay.
So Chicky Baby's got advantage on their next check to break that grapple
Okay.
that's from
Okay.
the surface.
Okay.
Which is good, because that drowning damage is
It hurts.
logarithmic.
I'm gonna use light
you.
green for seeded. so I don't
hurts.
Okay,
forget.
light green for seed.
You're welcome.
Very good. Sage, are you happy where you are? You staying where you are?
Yes.
Okay, Milo Rooter, and then Pontiki, you're on deck.
Just gonna activate that pylon.
Okay.
Oh
Milo
yeah, this
Rooter,
is gonna be a hit and a half.
3d12 plus 37 times 2.
Times 2.
It's lightning damage. All the pylons deal double damage.
Yeah, it's super
That one's a
effective.
5 under there, I think.
Okay, really bad.
Okay.
But, so it's 10 on the dice.
So 47 times 2, 94.
Keep going. Keep going. There you go.
Ooh. 94
there.
to the Sharp Predator. That's a beefy hit for this guy. The Tentacrusher is a bruiser. It's a brawler. It's got a very high pain threshold. You guys have dealt well over 450 damage to it, and it still is going. It's bloodied, but it doesn't look great. Sharp Predator, in a single blow, you have clarified its mortality, as it goes to 200 damage taken, and it's just roaring in the water. But that's a strong hit from the Milo Rooter. The Meatloaf Rooster. Okay.
Good stuff.
Pontiki, and
Yes.
then Doubloon and Haka, you're on deck.
Okay.
get a 2 for
Pontiki's
1.
gonna thunderbolt.
Okay,
this
right into the
here.
pylon.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll damage for Thunderbolt, because you can't miss a pylon if your goal is to
Right.
charge it up.
Right.
You can do that.
Cut you.
Right.
Get there. All right.
That voice actress better watch
I'll
out.
use this one as a 10.
We got a
'cause
new
I can.
Pichu.
Cut you.
I mean, that's a pretty good Smash Bros. Pichu
10.
knockout.
Right.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 10 damage locked in there. It can't fire until the start of round 3. Because it's been fired, as it's
Okay.
kind of charging up, building up another static shock, but it gets another 10 points in there. So
Okay.
when it fires, 3d12 plus 10.
Okay.
Very good. Pontiki, are we happy where we are?
Yes.
Did you roll your extra dice of damage as well for the
Oh,
weather?
no.
Okay,
So
so go ahead and roll
another
that again.
10?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know there's a lot going on.
Ayo.
9!
So 9. So 19 points of damage is charged up into pylon number 3.
Yes.
Very good.
keep track of
We
that.
have Doubloon and
19.
Haka
Can I get a marker?
back to back.
Because it is heavy rain, for Ocean's Bounty, do I get another D4 for the healing or just no?
I think as long as rain is active in any way, you get Ocean's Bounty.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. So Haka's gonna heal for 1. Yay.
Okay, Haka heals 1.
Yeah.
Which is pretty big because Haka took, I think, like
lot.
70.
Yep.
You good,
Just about. Okay. And then seeing Haka be in trouble, Doubloon is just gonna fire off another snipe shot
love it.
because that's what he do.
That's what he does.
Do.
That's what it is.
Okay. 14.
14?
Yeah.
14 hits on Tenant Crusher. That is the AC. Again, very, very big. Very hard to miss. And it's very sort of spongy.
And the rain only adds 1 extra damage die.
2. We got Heavy Rain. 2 dice for Heavy Rain.
I missed a D12 then last turn, but that's fine.
You can roll it now. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
So that actually goes to a 3, so 6. Because it was a crit, but because resisted back to a 3.
Okay, so another 3 on there.
Yeah, okay, so...
I was like, oh shoot, bro, he's dead. Okay,
and
so now
then-
roll your damage for this turn.
Yes.
It's like calculating
gonna kill
like
him.
ATP.
Uh,
so
that
you used 1 and then you
is-
took
killed him.
away, and then so the net
16,
total is
24?
6.
24?
Yeah.
That's what
So
we're
we
at.
cut down to 12, but again,
What's the
damage is damage.
Yes, sir.
This thing is showing some serious wear and tear. A huge swaths of its skin have kind of fallen away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like...
And then Doubloon's gonna fly and perch on D's shoulder to gain that benefit.
Heck yeah. He's like, save me, Papa!
Yeah.
Papa! Help!
All right, and then
Triple my AC, Papa!
Haka
Yes.
is heavy rain, so he's gonna get a lot of healing.
Yes.
6, 7 points of healing back.
Beautiful.
Still grappled.
Yes, still grappled. You're not restrained.
Okay.
So you have normal attacks. You just can't move.
Yeah, he just kind of grabs that tentacle and he's like pulling himself in and is just gonna start punching this thing in the gullet.
Okay. he just winds up and then goes, okay. Give me a good punch. Come on, buddy. Whoa.
17?
Yeah, that was cool. It bounced up onto the rim of the table. It was like, I got you, bro. Trick shots.
All right, so 2d10, but the extra lightning gives it another d10, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I think that's where I was getting confuzzled.
There's a lot of weather effects right now.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm throwing them at you. And there's pylons. There's a whole bunch of weird stuff
So
this
that's
fight.
16, 17
17, so
points
34.
of electric, but I got double 8s, so it is paralyzed.
Okay. The gelatinous form will render it immune. It's got limber,
Okay.
but that's still 34 damage.
But-
and you get to hit him again.
Does he still get the d6 effect of paralyzed or no?
Yeah. He's like, it'll still hurt him. You've still zapped his core, but he's unable
the
to
damage
stop.
from the
From the paralyzed,
paralyzation.
because he
Oh,
takes a
Then
d6.
no, because
okay.
he's immune to that effect. Then
Okay,
no.
just
I didn't know if it
double-checking.
was like, oh yeah, no, you can like still punch him.
No,
but,
no.
But yes.
But now I'm gonna hit him again with
Yeah.
the elemental.
Again, these guys are massive, but they're not like supernatural beings in the sense that they're like a god. It's just a big thing.
Gotcha.
Very, very big.
16
16.
to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Still some good damage coming out of Haka.
So that was 34, right? For the
34.
thing? Okay. And then this one is
Come on, baby.
15, 21, double to 42.
42. You are closing
Like he
in.
is just.
This guy drops to mortally wounded. He is below a quarter his max.
Yes.
By a pretty fair margin. That's including that last hit as well. That was a lot of damage in one round. Hakas, you're just pummeling into this thing. It gets another round of ataques.
Ataques.
So
before you do that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll 7d4 because every attack he takes,
yes,
he takes that bleed damage.
that is true.
Ooh, yeah.
So-
we forgot about the bleeding.
Oh, I remember. I'm very excited to see it. But we do get to roll a lot of
Oh, yeah.
attacks.
I'm gonna put
This
1,000
is this turn.
leeches.
He's bleeding, so
On
every
the
time he
tentacle.
takes an action
Oh.
or makes an attack, he bleeds. So he's gonna take a D4 damage every time a tentacle lashes out as that
That's
wound
sick.
widens.
Yeah,
Carnage is really cool.
I like that.
18 points of bleed.
Okay, 18 bleed.
I
It's
like
good.
it.
That won't down him, so we're just gonna roll straight through.
That's
but
fine.
That,
I figured
he
as much,
is-
but I just wanted to
he
make
is
sure.
Would've been cool if it
oozing
did,
blood.
Right?
Yeah. Haka, you are about to no longer be grappled. As he's just gonna wing you into the Fola City gym.
Owie!
Fun.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
Just a full yeet.
Do I make a dex save at all?
Don't tense up as you
I'll
hit
give
the
you
building.
I'll give you a dex save to mitigate some damage.
Okay.
I'll say on a success you'll take half, and on a fail you're just gonna slam to the building.
That's nice.
9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Figured as much.
You tensed up.
Absolutely.
I tried.
slammed.
I'll be back.
Oh yeah, he will. As long as this doesn't take him out.
points of damage.
That would suck.
35 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god!
Hog is out.
It's it was 6d12. The last one was a 1 and a 2. I was like, he might.
Oh, so close.
It was 10, 6, 8, 7. 1 tick.
Can I try something cheesy?
What are you gonna try?
To leave him at 1?
I'm listening.
D is going to try to attempt to use a reaction
The judge will hear.
to essentially,
You'll
I
hear
guess,
ya.
control or shape water
Yeah.
to kind of create like that barrier and kind of like pull him in from hitting as hard as possible.
I'll let him stabilize.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that
I'll
way he's
go with
not
that.
bleeding out.
Yeah.
As you're like, buddy!
I'll take it.
You throw a watery hand out that kind of just cushions him a bit, but it's almost Gwen Stacy in the clock tower.
Yeah.
Crack! As he just slams in, and there's a dent in the side of Fola City Gym, which is
Okay.
made of pure hard steel. And it was made by Haka's bones.
That's fine. Because when it comes to the balloon's turn, I can just bring him back up then.
So that's one attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm right there in his
Oh,
face
boy.
along with
Yep.
Oni.
Attack number 2 at D is 29.
That'll hit.
It hits.
Oh yeah. I'm
But you're jacked.
D, it's 12 points of bludgeoning, and you just make a strength save.
Oh my god. It's pretty good.
He'll be fine, probably. He will probably be okay.
Yeah, that's what we just thought about Haka too.
No.
Okay, okay.
strength save. That is
Barely.
a 9.
A 9. Okay. D, you are grappled and hoisted out of the water.
Perfect.
Kind of upside down. You're like, I'll chew your legs off.
You're trying to like poke him with your.
All right.
With my stick.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
stick.
Attack number 3.
tried
Chicky
it.
baby. You're going to the Fola City Gym.
Can
Give
I?
me a dexterity
Can
save.
I temper that? Because I still got
Yeah.
him like.
give me
grappled.
a dex save. I'll give you advantage. I'll say that Sage is gonna help you.
Oh,
Crit.
crit. Let's go.
All right.
Sage from the
So-
top rope.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's huge.
Absolutely massive.
So, Chicky Baby, you only suffer 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
As you are thrown into the Fola City Gym, you're headed head first, and Sage reaches out with 2 vines and kind of like tries to slow you and spin you. As you use your vines to latch on, Sage, you're pulled back about 5 feet. As the 2 of you just hold together, as Chicky Baby just slams back first into the gym, but lands otherwise pretty okay given the circumstance.
Thanks, bro.
That's attack number 3. Attack number 4 is coming in at CJ.
Fuck yourself.
Oh.
That's a 23 to hit
fighting
CJ.
words.
Not with my extra AC, it's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just.
Yeah. CJ, yours is pretty light. It's only 6 points of damage, but I do need a strength save from you.
Okay.
As you are near a pylon, it's like, nah, kid. It's just gonna hoist you up.
Pick you up.
Okay, strength save.
Yeah.
Wow, that's lame.
It like hopped
6.
up onto another dice.
All
I
right.
thought I was gonna fall back down, but it
Here
did
you
not.
go. There's one of those.
Hi,
So
welcome
that's
to the party.
we had Haka, we had Chicky Baby,
to
we
be
had
here.
D, we have CJ.
That's 4.
So that's 4. We got 3 more coming in. Okay. Just gonna grab the Oni or hope to try. First one's gonna miss the Oni. Second one's a 27.
Holy.
Does that hit?
Yeah,
That'll grab
last
the
is
Oni.
gravy.
Yeah.
Our close good friend the Oni is gonna take a measly 7 points of damage.
Wow.
It's a paltry fee,
Which I
but
think
is grappled
resistant, right?
and
Almost
held up.
nothing.
Is it resistant?
No, technically.
Oh,
It
damn.
is immune to the damage types it has absorbed, which is a little sketchy, but here we are. So it gets hoisted as well. We still
It absorbed the bludgeoning
This thing is
stone?
insane. Yeah, the punching stone. I mean, technically, yeah,
There
it
is,
absorbed
yeah.
fighting, but this is normal damage. We've got Erud. Is a 22.
Yeah, I mean, that'll hit.
Kinda
Erud,
glad we
7
focused this
7
one
points of
first.
damage, and then a strength saving throw. I'm running out of grapple rings, guys.
It's annoying with all its tentacles.
15.
You're fine.
Hey,
That is,
Eruhud.
that is our DC. As you just kind of shimmy your way out, you're like, no, thank you.
That's with a -1 strength modifier, too.
Our final one is going to swing towards the magneton behind it because it's making a lot of noise. I'm not going to say that one.
75 to hit.
22 points of damage to Rosalie's magneton. Which it's a pretty sizable lad. It takes that hit pretty okay. That's the Tentacrusher's actions. It is also going to move and submerge beneath the water and pull everybody that's grappled with it.
Oh.
So CJ, Oni, and D, you are pulled beneath the surface. D, you're like, and you're like, I can hold my breath for like 15 minutes. CJ, you're a little alarmed as you're just pulled into the oily black, and that thing submerges.
Ouch.
Fully into the river.
8, 12, 13 minutes. I can hold my breath for.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You'll be fine. So that's the Tentacrusher. We have Apophis up next.
Yeah, so Bentley's still hanging from the lightning rod lever that he just pulled. Apophis, go help CJ! And he'll float over to the edge of the water and try and channel his new rune of self-respect.
The root of self-respect.
And he will try through
I've got this.
the oily surface of the water to give a rune glow buff to CJ.
Okay. Does it say it requires you to see them? I can't remember.
It says an ally within 15 feet of you gains an additional 1d6 force
Beautiful.
damage to any damage it deals for 1 minute, but the
Okay.
more important
Does
thing
this-
is it grants them a 1d6 to an attack roll or saving throw made on the next
Perfect.
minute.
Then
So you'll
you
have
are
a-
rune empowered. As long as it doesn't require you to see them, because you technically cannot see your pals under the water.
Okay.
Because it's just oil. But you are rune glowed, CJ.
Yeah.
D being as in tune as you are with water, this thing is sort of manipulating some currents and is beginning to swim south, but I'm not going to tell anybody else how far.
Okay.
But you know that it has moved from its location.
Coward.
But everybody just sees this thing submerged beneath the oil, pull some of your friends down beneath the water, and it's just gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Even though I have dark vision underneath water, it's still too oily, correct?
Yeah, this is
okay.
this is just
Yeah,
this
actual.
is like ink. Yeah, this is squid ink.
Just double checking.
Yeah.
Squink.
Sharp Predator.
It's squink.
Sharp Predator on its turn. It's got some seeds in its back. You were so focused on whether or not you could. Standing on the shoulders of giants. You didn't learn the science. You didn't bother to consider whether or not you should. It's gonna wheel around because it's currently facing that way, but it's gonna spin around and just kind of dive up towards one of the two of you. On an even, it's gonna go for the Ampharos. On its odd, it's gonna go for Bullet. That's a 14. Even is going for Ampharos. It leaps out of the water, gets a 26 to hit, grabs the Ampharos, and just dives back down beneath the surface. This poor guy's getting brutalized.
Shredded.
But he's taking a lot of damage for you guys. That's big.
Yeah, for real.
That's a lot of damage.
He's hurt bad.
Sharp Predator is
20,
more like Phil Swift.
32, 39. 39 points of piercing damage to the Ampharos.
He was injured. Injured bad.
Bad.
There we go. Ampharos is now showing some signs of wear and tear. He's not bloodied, but he's getting real close real fast. And the Sharp Predator just dives below the surface with him again. The Oni, you are grappled. You are being dragged beneath the surface of the water, but you're not panicking because you don't breathe. So it doesn't matter.
When it uses transmute form, can it like do
Anything?
Within
moves
reason,
of,
yeah.
say like
Wanted to
another
do you so much you could do anything.
Pokemon? So like if it wanted to turn into like an electric Pokemon,
If it
hit with, like,
becomes a
electric
creature,
power.
it's all of its stats and abilities are replaced with that creature, including its HP. It's like a druid. But if you turn into like a Magnemite, you become a Magnemite. And then when they kill the Magnemite, you revert to the Oni and you take the spillover damage. It's very
cool.
difficult to kill the Oni.
That's
Yeah.
really
for that
cool.
That's convenient.
Yeah, because every turn it can be like, I'm a Snorlax.
Right.
I'll take 400 additional hit points and slam you. And you're like,
And then when
We'll
it
turn
reverts
into a
back to the
Snorlax.
Oni, it has the Oni HP.
Yeah.
So if it does like
You're just a
500 damage to the
big-ass
Snorlax,
anchor.
yeah.
You can't move anymore.
If the Oni shifts
Oh no, he's
form,
grappled, so become
Yeah.
an anchor. Well, then he
If
pulls
the-
everybody else down with him.
Yeah, if the
So
Oni
maybe
shifts
not.
form, it loses its source infusions in that form. So it gains the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of whatever it is, which is
Right,
why it
right, right,
prefers to be itself, but uses those to sneak.
Why doesn't it? So can it only transform into something that's like around it or anything?
Literally,
So could it,
within
in
reason,
theory,
anything.
transform into like a Joltik and just escape?
Let's
Yeah,
go for
you
this.
could turn into something very tiny. You could turn into a Ditto and just slither out the back.
Why don't you just chop off its arms?
Or that.
That would work too.
We're getting too fancy with it. Just
You guys are going way out
just
there.
brute force it, guys. What are we doing?
Is it an action to change its
Yes.
shape?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a little sushi chopping. What's...
Yeah. I mean, you could technically hit it with like tormenting claws and just completely ravage it forever. If you want to do that.
I'm chopping all over my action and mostly power.
Unlimited power.
All right, now it's Palpatine's turn suddenly.
Yeah, I mean, getting a sense of it not doing well and it seems like it's running, he'll just try to slice it up.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll to hit.
Slice und the dice.
There's a
Eat it.
5% chance that you miss, but we'll see.
Slice!
Slice and dice, baby.
21.
20?
Yeah, you're fine. You
I was like,
only
is that it?
only misses on a natural one. It has a plus 12 to hit, and
it's-
the
yeah.
thing has an AC of 14.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
All right, give me some damage.
I mean, it could. It's a 1 in 20, but walk didn't happen that time.
Yeah.
1.
That's all it does. It does 1 damage.
It does a D6, but
Yep.
Are you
so
serious?
more importantly,
lame, Oni. You're lame.
more importantly, as you stab into this thing,
it's gonna die,
its maximum hit points are reduced by 1. Could have been a lot more, and it gains a lingering wound that will never heal.
It's gonna die.
It gets
the
that
stabby.
Yep, it gets that stabby.
So this is a way to get it to your
It has-
thing and see what happens.
Yeah.
But it's gonna die.
Any concentration check that it makes for the rest of its life is reduced by 5
Dang.
for each lingering wound.
Well, hopefully God can cure it.
We'll see.
No. not
we'll
not even
see.
God can see this happen. there is no safety here. All right, Oni. So that was pretty big. Rosalie, seeing that things are going relatively well for everybody that it can see, but that some friends have gone down, is going to shout out to Magnemite and tell it to dive down and find your pals. Because
Thank you.
Magnemite has true Magnesight. See all around. But we got to wait for its turn. Nothing happens on initiative count 8 yet. CJ, you're underwater. You're blinded. You're grappled. Holding on for dear life. You're being dragged through the water.
How grappled am I?
You've got like a full wrap of tentacle around your bod.
But like just like my arms to like here, so I can still go.
You
like
can
this.
still do things.
You can't pump.
I'm just
gotta
gonna
get
pull
a
out.
You got
I'm gonna
moon
pull
glow.
out
You
my-
gotta do with a saving throw.
Your knives?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my daggers and try to cut this thing up.
Oh, sick. Okay.
There you
So,
go.
so you're
what the
so
Oni
you're
couldn't.
aware with Rune Glow you can get an additional 1d6 of damage, or you can get a 1d6 to the saving throw, which I assume would be like the strength check to
the
not be
damage.
grappled anymore. But
Damage. Kill.
those are your options.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, the damage type of knives is much easier to cut through tentacles. I didn't want to be rude earlier, but it is kind of difficult to like cut through tentacles with grass.
All right, here we go.
But if you use like a slashing weapon, you could technically. So if you hit with both, we'll see.
Knives.
oh, it's a 19 on one of them and
Okay.
a 3 on the other one.
Well, one of them will hit. The other one will not.
darn.
And as you're technically just stabbing the thing that is around you, I'm going to ignore that you're blinded because you just,
Feel it?
yeah. Dude,
You don't need to see
Kind
it.
of hard to miss
you're
something
not,
that is on top of you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I resent the mechanic of like, I'm dumb enough to not know where to stab. Like, you can feel it.
Yeah, you have other senses.
Yes. You can use your sense of touch to be like, ew, gross.
I don't know what the
It's
damage is on
undulating.
those though.
If you had hit with both, it's 3d6, but because you hit with one, it's a d4 plus your dex plus 3.
Okay.
Sure.
It's a lot of
Sounds
damage.
better than hitting with both.
Well, he does a D4 plus his Dex +3 on both, and then 3d6 of fire if he hits with both.
8.
8. What? You rolled a 3 plus 3? Oh, your Dex is only 2. Oh, I always just assume you have like a
10.
18 or something.
No,
Never mind. Okay.
15.
Yeah, so 8 points. You stab in with one dagger, and you kind of carve through, and you feel some of that tentacle starting to give. Starting to slide away. A couple more slashes like that, and you're home free, baby.
What do I get with his thing? I get
An
plus...
extra D6 of
You
damage.
can either do another d6 of damage or add it to a saving throw.
Okay.
You. Oh,
6
yeah.
more damage.
Hell yeah.
6 more damage.
Up
Okay.
off his-
As you stick into the tentacle, and you're like, I can't do it. I'm not enough. You hear Apophis go, you are enough. You are enough.
Self-respect.
And you just carve a little deeper and
In the
feel yourself cut free, and you're like,
I gotta get out of this gross stuff.
as you breach the surface of the oil, it's just clinging to your skin, and it's all it's in everything. It's in your nose, in your eyes. You're like, "Whoa."
Ew.
But you breach through, you take a deep breath, you're like,
Ew. Ew.
Phoebe.
My turn?
Phoebe, you're up.
Okay.
Chicky baby's on deck.
So, not to brag, but because I know the runes so well, and CJ had been runified, can I use, like, I can sense where the rune is and try to aim in the water at the tentacruel
With what?
with the thingy?
That's next turn.
Oh.
Yeah, the thing has to charge.
Yeah,
it needs like this round. It's a round off this time because they do so much. They need time to
It
build
also
up.
sounded like you were gonna aim at me, not the thing.
No.
Did four charge yet or no?
Wait.
Wait.
Roll a d6. I forgot.
Roll a
Roll a
d6.
Yeah. If it rolls a 3, I change my answer. It's a 2. Never mind. So the 2
Dang it.
gets struck by lightning and stores 15
Dang
points
it.
of lightning damage
Dang
a little bit
it.
ago. I forgot that on initiative
You
count 20.
discharged 5, right?
I did. That was like the first thing I did.
Okay.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 have been.
And 6.
All
All
of
of
them
them have.
They've all been
of
shot.
them did.
Yeah.
But I can't do this one till later.
Next round, you can do 3.
No
again.
one can do a pylon this round of combat.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
because
okay.
you fired them all in round
I
1.
see.
They're all charging up this time. Because it's like 6 seconds,
Okay,
it has
okay.
to build up
But
some
there are
energy
still 19 points of damage.
There's still 19 points of
getting
damage in there.
souped up in that one.
Yes, there's just not a way to shortcut the process because it just takes a couple seconds to recharge.
Got you.
Machines aren't perfect, BB. What we're getting at.
That's my one gripe with how long combat takes.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
like it's been 3 seconds since you launched the thing, and you're like, I want to do it again, but it's like waiting to. It's like, and you're like, come on.
All right. Well,
But to answer your question, like, yeah, you see where CJ breaks free, and you're like, well, he was grappled. And a little burble of like the top of a tentacle kind of
okay.
floats up behind
Well,
him.
I'm using my turn to triangulate
Okay.
where it's at.
It is currently under here, and the tentacles were dragging behind it. So it's currently somewhere beneath that bridge.
Okay.
You're like,
Okay. So
Call
it's
the wild.
I know it's heading this way then.
you know it's headed south.
Okay. So then I'm gonna run over to the. I'm gonna start heading this way.
Okay. You can go 6 squares.
Oh.
You can go 30 feet. So you end up like around where Sage is.
Okay.
We'll keep it easy. Chicky baby, dial up, you're on deck.
Actually, I take that back.
Never mind.
I stay there, and I'm gonna
Okay.
yell out to Rosalie that it's moving south.
Okay. She'll give you the nod.
Okay.
Like, you got it. All right. Chicky baby.
And psychically tell Milo
How far away is this?
and Bentley
Far away is what?
and D.
Just everybody.
Oh, the Fola City
Yeah, I know.
gym? It's like 240 feet away.
Okay.
This thing just flung you, and you're like, by the grace of magical powers and Sage, you're able to not just shatter across the gym.
She's
He
gonna-
basically just flung you.
She's gonna run the
200
gym
feet that
gauntlet
way.
again.
She's gonna
Nice.
get up and look around and see Haka and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go help him out."
Okay.
And she'll just be with him,
Yeah.
chilling.
He's like stabilized. You just kind of hold a little vine behind his head. You're like, you're gonna be okay, little buddy. And he's like,
You're gonna be alright.
We'll start heading back towards everybody.
okay. Chicky baby starts walking back. Dial up, Bullet, you're on deck.
Dial up. Getting dialed in. Dial up is getting dialed in. He's gonna go for another Thunderbolt on the Shaw Predator.
I mean, you still do damage, right? Because it's redirected.
Yeah, it's just going to go into a pylon regardless. You don't have to roll, because it's going to go into a pylon.
I thought
You
you
just have
still
to
had to
roll
roll
your
to hit.
No, it's just going to get pulled in there. 'Cause
Alright.
You can't miss the pylon.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
there's
will take
a
it.
plus and a minus to lightning right now. It does a ton of extra damage to nothing for a round, and then... But it's still
Those
charged
two
for later.
10s together.
How much is that charged by?
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, he's also not charged by what's his face anymore, so I take that away. 19 damage.
Okay, so 19 more damage is pumped into pylon number
Just
one.
the exact same number as Pontiki for the Bants.
Which is also added to 37 from there, from the last time, so that's...
I already
He
expelled
expelled
that,
it.
though.
Oh.
Does it
D6?
say?
No, it got hit again, didn't you?
No, I used it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
never
it's
mind,
just
never mind.
19.
He
so
discharged
19 in
the
there.
plus 37, but he rolled
Gotcha.
pretty low with the rest of it.
That's okay.
So it's 19.
I mean, again, it's mostly like the excess stuff that's getting pumped in there. That's huge. Okay.
Huge.
So dial up, we recharge. We've got Bullet on deck, then Vile Plume and Magneton, and then D. Couple things going on here.
Bulletta.
Yes, he's just gonna try to drill peck the Sharp Predator again.
I love it. Kill him.
19.
I was so ready for just another crit.
19?
19 will hit.
Cool.
Yes.
14.
14. Okay. All right. Thankfully, the Sharp Predator does not have the rough skin of its younger counterparts. As you just drill through the top of it once more. Vile Plume hears from Phoebe and Rosalie that it's heading south and is going to throw some vines on the edge of the bridge and fling itself over the top so that it's kind of hanging and dangling, and is just going to launch out a very optimistic Giga Drain at disadvantage because it's shooting into the murky below.
The murky waters.
Oh, it's a crit on one, and then it's reduced to, a measly 17 to hit on the other. So it'll still hit, but no crit there. It launches one of the vines down deep, finds some purchase, and just pulls up a little bit of energy from it. It's going to be neutral damage.
What are we looking at?
15.
Carry the 2.
-4. Divided by
Is
75.
neutral to Sharp Predator?
No, it's going after the Tentacrusher.
Oh.
It's going after the thing that's carrying away some of its friends. As Rosalie's like, get him, it's got some people. Pulls some energy out of that water. The Magneton, following suit, dives into the deep below and is going to...
That's a choice.
Yeah, it has True Sight, so it's gonna dive down below, feel the metal of the trident, and you feel a ping, and you're just being held in place from one of these Magnemites. Another one is gonna stick to the Oni, same deal. And then a third one kind of flies beneath you, CJ. It lashes onto one of your daggers, and then just starts to lift you out of the water.
Oh!
And he's gonna put you on the side here.
Thanks, man.
So, D, if you don't move on your turn, the tentacle is either going to stretch and cause damage, or let you go.
Okay.
And then same deal for the Oni.
Fun.
It doesn't give you any bonus to break out, but if you're if you're stuck there, which it's your turn.
Yeah. Bonus action. I'm gonna kind of just whip around and carve up with Hone Edge.
Yes.
To activate Carve again.
I love
and if
Hone
I
Edge
hit,
so much.
it does more damage.
I love it.
Get carved.
Natural 20.
Holy
Get
cow.
carved up!
Oh my god.
You're gonna be a friggin' jack-o'-lantern.
So that does 6 points of bleed, doubled to 12.
Oh, thank God. So he's taken 593 points of damage. He has 600 hit points. So when you
Let's
said
go.
you did
Friggin'
6, I was like, you left him at
jack-o'-lantern.
1. But you crit.
Yeah.
So D, in the dark below, holding the trident and a magnemite, blinded to everything but sensing the creature in front of you, you feel a Hone Edge wrap around your wrist. How do you want to do this?
Oh,
yeah,
snap.
D's eyes are just gonna glow in like that very vibrant, like aquatic blue.
Aquaman.
And he'll go, no more, and then just sever it, and then he's gonna start pulling himself towards it.
All right. You drag yourself towards the now bleeding out corpse of the tentacruel. The ink that's been pooling out from beneath it no longer is being produced, as now it's just this sort of murky blood. Phoebe from up above.
You listen
just
to me
see
now.
red, and you're like,
Uh-oh.
is
Something
this,
happened.
you're like, is this better or worse than just black oil?
Action.
Yeah.
I'd like to stabilize this creature.
Okay.
Like to make it's not gonna come back up,
Yeah,
but it's
you
not
just
going
wanna
to just.
keep it from bleeding out?
Yeah.
You kind of control some water, push a lot of the wounds closed, and it just kind of very eerily just starts to stitch back together.
I am a
I
merciful
will
water god.
look at the Oni and kind of like point towards like that wound that he made,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of like at hand gesture
Yeah.
for him to remove it.
I know ASL. So.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
This
You
this
don't
creature has the
touch
water
it.
stone in it, correct?
It does. You could technically speak to it.
Okay. So I will do that, but because it is also technically a water type, I can add extra bonuses to it, which is why I asked. Okay.
It may or may not
persuasion,
listen, but you can attempt to persuade it.
15.
Come on, cowards.
plus
It is a very
3,
singularly focused creature in many circumstances.
24.
24. It'll think about it.
Okay.
It's like
I'm thinking.
I will kind of persuade it in a sense of like, we did you a solid. This is my favor. I'm cashing in.
All right.
So
What,
Leave that
what
for
did we do for it?
gave it the lunar stone basically.
I didn't kill you. That's not a favor, man. You just didn't kill me.
Yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
extortion.
Can't kill
I'll
me.
use whatever
Yeah,
movement I can to kind of use it
You
to
got your
bring
swim
it to
speed.
the surface with
You
me.
would try to bring the thing up with you?
Yeah. I have
You're
shape
controlling water enough.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, Hirud.
Yeah, question top of table. Does the sharp predator get, like, smell the blood? Does it function like a shark? Or
We'll find out.
Okay.
Find out on his turn.
I was curious. Okay. So Evanrude is going to zippity zoom.
He's a street shark.
Zippity doo da, zippity doo.
He's gonna.
Anybody on the bridge missing hit points? Bentley,
I-
dial up, Evanrude, Nipsey.
I don't believe
Evanrude,
so.
maybe? Evanrude took a little heat.
Help me. I'm
Yeah, but Evanrude's flying. Does that matter?
Not in this case.
Just land down in
You
the
get
grass.
7 hit points back
Okay, so he's back
from
to
the
full.
from the grass
Beautiful.
terrain. Because I
Cool.
forgot that from
Just
Bob's
one
turn.
little blade of grass reaches up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Evanrude is
Tickles
going
his
to fly all the way
Does bugs have
above
do bugs have
Nipsey to
points?
try and get like a straight shot line at the sharp predator,
Okay.
and is going to try and fire off a bug buzz. It needs to make a DC 13 dexterity. So
Ow, my ears.
Okay. This guy's pretty dexterous, but he's also dark type. DC 13. 5 plus 7 is only 12.
let's go.
Damn.
All right, so he'll take the full brunt of
Oh, that's
That was cocked.
yeah.
13 bug damage.
13 bug. That'll be doubled to 26.
Let's go, Erude.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay. Evan, you size up your target. You see Bullet and Ampharos kind of flailing around. Ampharos in the mouth of this creature, just trying to hit him in the eye. And you just go, and a whole bunch of bees shoot out, slam into the sharp predator.
What? I know you
Bug
had
buzz,
bees.
baby. Buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz.
Spectral bugs.
Where does he keep the bees?
They're spectral bees.
He just goes, buzz, buzz. I'm buzzing like a bee. Haven't heard that do for you? All good? Happy where we are?
So if I've moved in my turn
Uh-huh.
and I'm now stationary, am I allowed to use the bonus action to double team because I'm not moving currently, or?
What does it say? Does it say if you don't move on your turn? Or does it say if you don't move more than half?
It says moves less than half his speed.
Then yeah,
so-
you're fine. Because I think you have like a 60-foot speed or something.
I think it's 45.
Oh, well, either way, you went, what, like 5,
Extra 10,
15?
No,
15,
I was
20.
here. It was, I counted it before I moved. It was like
Okay.
exactly 45.
Gotcha.
So
Then at the moment,
No.
you are as perceptible as anyone else.
worth asking.
Yes,
But yeah,
totally
that's,
fine.
that's the end of Ewan's turn.
Beautiful. Ampharos is going to electrify its own body and attempt to thunderwave our close good friend.
Sweet.
He's gonna make a con save, which he's not particularly good at. He gets a 10, he fails. This guy is susceptible to paralysis, and as such, Sharp Predator is paralyzed, and its jaw slackens, and it lets go of Ampharos, who swims back to the surface and goes,
Thank God.
and then just gives a thumbs up to everybody over top as the Sharp Predator floats to the surface, and is just kind of very rigid, and is held stable, at least for now.
Cool.
He is paralyzed. Bentley Woods, and then Nipsey, and then Wadsworth, you're on deck.
Bentley, not knowing how these lightning rods work, will try and like pull the lever again and realize that it's not going to do anything.
There's like a little charging meter, and it's like 55%, and it's rising very quickly. But you're like, come on, just launch it, half charge.
He'll then turn around and sit in front of it, and he'll take his like golden staghorn necklace charm, and he's just gonna like meditate and like hold it up above his head, hoping that like some deity that he believes in will help us in any capacity. But that'll be his turn.
Okay, Nipsey.
Nipsey.
I am your god.
Jinkies. Oh my.
Oh my. Terrifying.
Nipsey's gonna go for another seed bomb. That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit. You have advantage. It is
Yeah.
paralyzed.
And if you
I
hit,
will
it's a
pull
crit.
up the
And you still crit anyway, so don't
Crit.
matter.
Anyway, bro.
yeah
Crit.
So yeah,
That'll
attack
hit.
rolls have
That-
advantage. If you're making a melee attack, it's
Melee
an auto
attack.
crit.
Yeah.
But you crit, Nipsey.
So do I get a double crit? Just kidding.
Yes, you do. You get to crit 4 times.
Get him.
That is 8 plus 1 is 9, doubled to 18. And then
Double to 36. Because it's a crit that's super effective.
Nice.
Sick. And then it will also take 4 damage from the leech seed. Does that also get
So
doubled
4?
via crit, or that just is
that one
stagnant?
is unrelated, but the crit will apply another layer of seeds.
Oh, giggity. Okay. So I get 2d8 damage
You
now?
do.
Love that. That's another 4, so 8
So
tacked on.
44.
Beautiful.
Nipsey.
Lovely. That'll be lovely.
That'll do.
I'll do.
Well done, Nipsey.
That'll do, you little parasite.
Wadsworth.
All right, Wadsworth.
And then Sage, you're on deck.
Wadsworth's gonna go in for another water pulse.
Okay. Beautiful. Come on, you beautiful duck. Hit him. You've
Only
got
a-
advantage because he's paralyzed.
That's true. 19.
19 will hit.
Even though it's a ranged hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Attack
just
rolls have
don't crit.
advantage. Melee attacks are guaranteed crit because you can just find a weak point and go right in the gills.
Make that 2 a 3, baby.
Both of them. Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 18 water damage reduced.
18 reduced to 9. So here's another fun moment. He's taken 291 points of damage and he resists water. So it's 18 reduced to 9, putting him at 300, which is his hit points. So
Nice.
Wadsworth, how do you want to do this?
Let's go, baby.
I love math in this one moment. It's very useful, but I'm not a fan.
In
but
this one time.
300 damage dealt to Sharp Predator in 2 rounds. Not bad, team. Not bad. Not counting the 605. But Wadsworth,
Almost exactly 2 rounds.
paint me a
too.
picture, pal.
Yeah.
Wadsworth is going to take out his psychic sword,
Yes.
dip it in the water, and pull
Just a little
up
dip.
like a water pulse, and then fire it out.
Love it.
Sick.
Love it.
Try to push the wave a little bit so Ampharos can get pulled, and on Milo, who is pretty close up to next,
there.
will benign transposition Ampharos out of the water.
I love it. All right, Wadsworth, as you cut down the Sharp Predator, more blood in the water just continues to pool out. But the nature of this takedown does not necessarily cause another open gash wound. It's more of a bruise. So you just knock this thing unconscious. It will technically roll 2 death saves for the moment. But good job, Wadsworth. Sage. It is your turn, Sage.
They're all taken out? Is there a secret monster?
Who knows? Sage, you've got D kind of forcing the Tentacrusher to the surface. You emerge just covered in oil and blood, and you're like, ah! It's a vibe.
Oh yeah.
But Sage, you see that, and you see the 2 parts of the magneton have kind of like resurfaced, and one is still down below, softly glowing where the Oni is. He's like, I'm going to save you, and the Oni's like,
Sage
get into my chest cavity.
is gonna be like, all right, looks like they got that under control, and he's gonna turn around because Chicky Baby was bringing Haka down.
Yeah, they're a long way
So-
away. You see them kind of like limping back. Chicky Baby's just dragging Haka as nicely as she can.
He
with
will
the
send
vines.
out a vine to Chicky Baby so that they can expedite this travel down.
Okay, I'll
and
say
he's-
Sage can start heading that way. It's a long way for vines.
He was gonna create a little like a grassy terrain, little Haka-sized cradle.
Okay, you make a Haka-sized
for his
cradle.
little body to just.
I love it. Okay, you prepare a back to tank for Haka.
Yeah.
Okay, Milo Rooter, Pontiki, you're on deck.
I already did my thing.
Okay, you're gonna benign transposition.
Yeah.
You yank the Ampharos out of the water, up onto the ground next to you. Kind of help dry him off. He's like, he gives you a very knowing nod, of like, thank you, brother, thank you, Pontiki. And then Doubloon, you are on deck.
Pontiki is gonna.
Zip zap, I'm back.
Does like Ampharos get juiced if she were to send a little lance?
A pylon would.
A pylon would for sure. A pylon would probably intercept it on the
Okay.
way.
Well then she's
For what it's worth.
she's not. She's just gonna be like, woohoo, we did it!
Okay. Do you want to juice a pylon, or are you good?
Well,
Happy otherwise?
What for?
A potential third enemy.
For the question marks
For
up
it-
on the
for
board?
it- entirely
maybe
your call.
to you.
All right, she's gonna charge
Could charge a separate one, maybe.
this pylon that Rosalie is on.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage. Don't forget your extra dice from the weather.
Okay. I love the weather. 18.
18. Okay, so go ahead and add 18 lightning damage to either of those pylons, whichever one you prefer.
This one.
All right, Pontiki. You charge up this pylon. Top of the next round is Doubloon, and then do not let me forget, one of these is gonna get struck by ambient lightning.
Okay.
Right after Doubloon.
Balloon with the ocean bounty still on Haka. Oh, rain did fall because Haka went down.
Oh yes. So it is no longer raining, but it is still thundering, which
Haka
means
will
Pontiki's
come
still
back with
loving it.
Can
Uno
you change
HP.
it from heavy rain?
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
that because then it should make it
Haka
a lot
has 1
easier
HP
to
left.
determine.
So he is conscious.
Thunder.
Then Doubloon will be kind of like up in the air over in that general area.
Okay.
Just kind of keeping an eye out for D. Will hold an action in case anything hostile be coming.
The goon doubloon.
Yeah.
The doubloon goon. Okay. Go ahead and roll me my gigantic D6 for which pylon gets struck.
4.
4. Okay. 4 is going to gain a charge equal to 11. 11 points of lightning added to pylon 4. At this time, all of the pylons go back to full power. Because it's initiative count 20 of the third round. And then Haka, you gurgle awake. You've got, like, something is cracked, but you're like, I'm fine. I flew so far.
Yeah. And
I
then
flew so far.
seeing that and kind of like panicking of where he's at, not knowing where D is, he is going to action dash towards the water, all of his movements of 70 feet, just like
He's like-
gorilla running. Yeah.
Dragging one leg behind, feeling a little,
Oh, he is
a little less than good.
birding.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's beelining for D because
Okay.
he can't see him yet.
Beautiful. The Tentacrusher's body will reach the surface with you in its
Perfect.
full majesty. And as it is stabilized, blood and oil stop seeping out of it. So everywhere north of you is now just that sort of weird oil sheen of the normal Green River these days.
Cool.
But no more like actual ink. That was a very sharp cut.
Yeah, that
It
was.
was very jarring. But no more Tentacrusher ink is up here.
Yeah.
This to about here is now clear water. Well, You know what I mean?
Are there
The oily.
any? Are there any boats docked in this water? Or
No. It's very rare for anything to actually go through here. Right here is a water wheel, or used to be.
I
and it's
gotcha.
been kind of cracked down.
Okay, that's what the tentacruel is doing.
Yeah. It was kind of because if you can take down the water wheel completely, the pylons no longer generate a charge.
Yeah. I was thinking like if there was a boat, you could just like tie the things to the boat.
Yeah.
And we could boat them down to the ocean.
Its
have a
body
better
will
idea.
shift to about here. So we're just gonna move that mini, but D, you are more than welcome to not be grappled by it anymore.
Yeah.
You're just kind of with it.
Yeah.
The Oni just lets it slide as it loosely just translates out. The Magnemite goes, "You seem to have this in order." Just leaves it behind.
Bye.
Okay. Rosalie will run over, kind of administer a little podium to Ampharos, heal him up a smidge,
Get juiced.
give him back a lovely 16 hit points.
That's nice.
How sweet.
Yeah.
Just heal him up a skosh. As D, Milo, and Bentley being my 3 closest, D especially being down here, there's a big wake headed towards you guys from the south. It's a couple hundred feet out at this point, but it is kind of just moving through. Milo, immediately, you get a sort of center of the forehead headache, and a little bit of blood kind of pools from your nose.
Oh, good.
Being submerged in the water, do I feel the size of this creature?
It's beyond gargantuan.
It's a bigot.
The thing coming at you is
biggin.
larger than anything you've seen, and you've encountered and ridden on the back of a whale lord.
Evinrude is just going to start like,
Crying.
well, yes, but like anxiously like humming his wings like, I see something, this is no good,
Yeah.
warning, warning.
For the sake of brevity, I'm going to give you a setup round. So what we'll do is I'm going to cut right now, and I'll jump back and I'll catch you guys up on what they handle for their preps. All right, gang. Now to get you caught up on what we did. Take it away.
Yeah, so Apophis floated back over to Dial-Up, used Rune Glow on Dial-Up, and Dial-Up then used a Thunderbolt to power up one of the lightning rods to the tune of 26 additional damage when that thing gets done. And then outside of that, it's just going to be Evinrude double teaming where he's at to try and throw whatever this potential threat is off if it tries to attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Pontiki charge the 4.
Okay, so go ahead and roll some damage for Pontiki to charge pylon number 4.
This is a 4.
So we've got a couple pylons getting charged back up.
Should be
Haka makes it
10.
rain. There's a lot of recovery that we're going to kind of gloss over. There's a couple grassy terrain patches. A lot of the teams getting kind of souped back up.
Oh, do I get grassy terrain from Vileplume as well?
If you are on this side, yes.
Okay.
You can get it from Vileplume over here or Sage over there.
Oh, Haka is over there. Perfect.
So
Oh, there you go.
How much is it?
2d6.
18 for this one.
Yeah, so I'll make it easy. Anybody
For
on this
4.
side of the bridge, you recover 8 hit points if you're over here.
Cool.
And then you'll get more on the start of Vileplume's turn when we get there. A fair point. Sharp Predator does need to make a death saving throw, which goes away. Anybody else taking any of their actions?
Just agility for bullet. That's it.
Bullet agility. Okay.
I will do mine
All right. Get this
18.
rolling.
whenever you're ready.
18 over
Oh.
there.
Plus 18.
Okay. 18 more on the 4th pylon from Pontiki.
When this thing gets within range, aka 30 feet from where Dial-Up is at, Dial-Up is going to lock onto it just in case.
Okay. We've got a lock on from Dial-Up held in the wings.
Yes.
D, we have something?
Yeah, I'm going to send a sending
Okay.
to the Tide Caller. I will say 2 of your kids are on their way, a possible 3rd. Stand by for interception at where that river meets the ocean.
He will respond very quickly. I detect 2.
Oh. Okay.
That was
Does-
kind of my thought.
Do I get that it's him coming then? Possibly.
No.
Oh, 2 coming in now.
No. 2 floating down the river. The 3rd one is not his.
Oh no. I will brain relay that to everybody.
Brain relay.
The 4 has an additional 30 from a previous build-up, so technically it's 48.
Yes, so 48 on pylon number 4.
Sick.
Easy fix.
Okay. So now that everybody is kind of caught up,
5 should take some juice.
5's pylon has no additional
one you're
juice. All of the other pylons do. Take this time right now. Position yourselves where you'd like to be.
Go over to that one.
Your target is approximately the size of this bin that is not on screen and is moving about 80 feet around.
Holy molasses.
And therefore will be on you on initiative count 6. Which is scary.
Technically 4, because 2 things aren't even
Yes,
acting.
but they are still present. And Sharp Predator I'm keeping on there for death saves. Tentacrusher's been stabilized.
Did D relay to the Tide Caller that there is a third and
He said, yeah, basically he was saying that the third one's not his.
Yeah, he said 3.
Well,
he
yeah,
said 2
but-
potentially 3 headed your way.
I thought he said that okay, never mind.
He said those 2 are mine, the other one's not.
He down now.
I thought it was I can only sense 2.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. D was saying, hey, three of the 6 things that you've talked about are here. And the Tide Caller went, no, there's only 2.
Yeah. Then
So whatever's coming does not belong to the Tide Caller.
Can I just stabilize Sharpedo?
You can. You just
Yeah.
stabilize it. So they are both 2 large bodies floating in the water. And they are stabilized. In that case, I will... Oh, I thought I did. Come on. Okay. I
Then
will...
I'll just use the
mark them
currents to
as-
kind of push them off to the side to get them out of harm's way for now.
Okay.
Well, wait a second. We might need something to take a hit.
Nope.
Just like a big shield.
That's what I'm here for. I'll take the hit.
I don't think you could take it this big of a hit.
Watch me. I am Water Daddy now.
Oh my.
I definitely cannot take a hit, but we'll find out.
Okay. With all of
He was
those
hurting bad.
preparations out of the way. Milo, with your nose newly bleeding, and a very unsettling feeling for everybody, all of the Tots, Rosalie, the citizens of Fola, the hair on your arms and the back of your neck sticks up, and you get this overwhelming sense of the supernatural on its way.
Okay.
It's that feeling that someone is watching you. It's that feeling that you're not alone. And it's that overwhelming sense of fight or flight. You're pretty battle-hardened.
Or freeze.
Or freeze. You are pretty battle-hardened, so you don't immediately have to flee. But the choice is yours,
Okay.
to hold your ground or not. As roiling through the water right now is just a mist and a wave curling towards you, but the water is deforming unnaturally as it rises, masking over, and you can only see a writhing mass beneath as it barrels its way towards you. To
Is it like the
bloom,
entire width of the river?
It is wider than the river.
How does that work?
It is the size of this
Supernatural.
bin, and the wake of oil is spilling into the streets of Fola on its approach. Doubloon, you are first to act.
Yeah.
It is not yet within
Range.
like 80 feet of you, but it will arrive here on its turn.
Cool.
So if you have something that's a 80 to 100 foot range, you can do it. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to hold actions. There's a lot of those right now.
Yeah, bonus action going to, with the rain and stuff like that, heal up Haka, just
Okay.
in case. So Haka's going to gain another 7.
All right.
And then he will hold his action until he gets direction from D or allies.
Okay. Haka.
He's going to heal up some more because of the rain.
Do you do the D8 too?
Does it
Sage?
happen on his turn?
The grassy terrains, depending on what bridge you're on, you'll either get Sage or
Okay,
Vileplume.
I'll get that one then. So that's 8.
Because
9,
Vileplume will heal you on its
13.
turn. Vileplume heals
Okay.
everybody all at once, where Sage is at the start of your turn. You get it.
Gotcha.
So is the tentacruel technically under the bridge
It
in
is
the water
under
right
the
now?
bridge
Okay.
in the water.
Got you.
They've both been kind of pushed off to the side and stabilized for now.
Okay.
Haka's going to move over towards D and just
Okay.
kind of like have his like hand like, and he's ready to stand if D is. So
Okay.
That's what he's doing. He'll hold for elemental punch though.
Beautiful. Apophis.
Yeah, just holding an action right now for Apophis.
Okay.
Does that mean that I get 2 actions on my next turn?
No. You will have to use your held action before the start of your next turn, or it'll get burned.
Okay. So just
roll me
chime in whenever?
Yeah. The eldritch mass of veins and fluid and muscle and bone fragments and mud and oil that bursts through the riverbanks immediately just kind of sends this unnatural shock through everybody's minds. Everybody in the initiative order right now make me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Just make it that much easier. And I will roll for Rosalie, Vile Plume, Ampharos, and Magdon.
Intelligence.
You don't
Yes.
scare
There we
me.
go.
I saw Mr. Mime.
For real.
It should scare you. This is part of where Mr. Mime's power comes from.
Uh-oh.
Rosalie
buddy.
fails viciously with a 7. Vile Plume holds out pretty hard with a 17 and fails. And the rest of Rosalie's team fails as well. So Rosalie's whole squad and her.
What's the number
fail.
we need to hit?
What's the highest you got?
Bentley is a 19.
Okay, Bentley, you're fine.
And then next best, this is horrible, is Apophis at 10.
Okay, failure for everybody below.
Great. So all of my Pokemon fail.
CJ, 18 and under.
18.
18?
This CJ.
Okay, CJ, you're fine. Everybody's below? Okay, everybody else is below. D,
Doubloon 19,
good. Doubloon's fine.
D 18,
D's fine.
and Haka with a 15.
Haka fails. Okay,
Okay.
Phoebe.
17 for Pontiki.
Okay, Pontiki fails.
What?
18 and below.
Oh, everyone else is below,
Okay.
including me.
Phoebe's whole squad
Yep.
fails. Milo.
I'm good, Pokemon or not.
Okay, you're good. Wadsworth and... Okay.
Even Wadsworth?
As this thing breaches
don't
the
need-
surface of the river, you guys are battle hardened, as is Rosalie. You guys have seen a lot of stuff. You have handled threats of the mundane world very, very well. But there is a limit to what the mind can safely comprehend. And this thing is well beyond that. It is like watching a deconstructed giant roil towards you. There is nothing humanoid or living to look at, and yet it moves towards you with an unnatural speed and ferocity. Everyone who failed loses 3 morale.
Oof.
All of my tater tots, if your intelligence score is 13 or higher, you are not frightened in this moment.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm not frightened.
Where are you at, Jordan? What's yours?
Even if I saved.
If you saved, you're fine.
Okay.
That was what the saving throw was. This was if you failed, you dropped morale and you became frightened.
I was like, what's the point of the roll? Why do you
No.
need, what are these new rules?
No. If you failed and your intelligence is 13 or below, you're
It's because
frightened.
we're playing mind games now.
Yes.
There it is.
Your Pokemon are not, but the people. Rosalie goes shock white and starts to kind of just hold steady as much as she can. All 3 of her teammates are just kind of petrified in place, and they're just shaken to their core.
Great.
They have not fought things like this before. You guys have.
We have? Well, yeah.
You have fought lunar creatures.
Yeah.
As this hulking monstrosity breaches the water, anybody with a held action, if you wanted to attack or lock on, now would be your chance. I know Dial-Up was saving a lock on for this thing.
Should we make it be the cup?
It's this.
Question, Drew.
Okay.
Because it's just an imperceptible mass of
parts?
veins and oil and body parts.
Question.
Yes.
Haka was holding an action. Can he instead just panic mode and hit the ball on my belt?
Send himself back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, with the morale drop, he's like, another day.
Yep, that is fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will throw out for the team as a gesture of goodwill and as a DM that wants to see you succeed and survive. You don't have to stay for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Apophis is going to do the same deal. He's going to float over to Bentley and just pop his Pokeball and be like, I'm out.
Okay.
I dropped 3 morale and I'm down to 7, so
Okay.
bye.
Apophis and Haka bail.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else that was holding an action? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
That's it, right?
Well,
I think those
For
were all
held
the ones.
actions, yeah. I think.
Okay.
There's only doubloon otherwise.
Yeah, doubloon was gonna fire off, but even he's like,
Do you want to take your shot?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, he sees that thing and is like,
All right.
he'll raise into the air to where, and not just enough to where he's out of this thing's way, but to where D can get to him.
I'm
Okay.
going to psychically say to everybody, I think we should run.
As it breaches the surface of the water, its first course of action, other than shaking everyone to their core, is to consume the mass of the Tentacrusher. And as those tendrils rip in and just pull the entity into it, it grows ever larger and just breaks down the Tentacrusher into base components. It goes from a being into just elements of what used to be a creature held together.
I'm out.
Tentacles dissolve away, adding more veins reaching in. Its second attack is to do the same thing to the Sharp Predator,
It's like Cell. Get out.
tearing into that.
It's gonna eat us.
And as it does, it grows another size
Yep.
as it stretches even taller into the heavens. This thing is now standing a full 40 feet above the bridge that you were standing on. And a lot of you are just shaken. The Oni is not.
Yeah, because it's sicko.
And it is the Oni's turn.
That one, he's a sicko.
Well, I tried. Try to get him over to him. Damn.
Hey, listen, I tried. This big blob showed up and just... like a Jell-O dessert, you could just see him floating inside.
The Oni will mostly follow your guys' lead.
Okay.
If you want to stay and fight, it will stay with you. If you try to cut and run, it will use its action to shape into something that will help you get away.
Okay.
But otherwise, the Oni is gonna hold.
I think we cut and run.
Yeah.
Rosalie, being here, calls back Vileplume, who's over there,
Okay.
and shouts for Ampharos to bail.
Yeah.
So Vileplume will be removed from the initiative
Okay.
as Rosalie looks at you guys
And Empress is...
and just screams at you to run.
Okay.
Good call there, coach.
Are we going
it's
in
your
order?
call to... Yeah, we are still very much in initiative,
Okay, so who...
and
what-
this thing does have attacks of opportunity, and we'll get to the legendary actions as they come.
So whose turn is it?
The
It
Oni's
is-
turn.
No, so it just went from Oni, and then I pulled Rosalie out, so now it's CJ. The
What
Oni
did
is
Oni
holding
do?
an action to help someone
I
get
see.
out,
Okay.
or start throwing haymakers, but it's not gonna like sacrifice itself for you.
Yeah.
It'll just help you get away,
Right.
if that's your goal. CJ, what's the play?
That's the goal.
I'll just yell at everybody. Yeah, I don't know if we can do anything to this. It's just gonna take whatever it wants.
It's time to go.
Okay.
Autobots roll out.
I'll call back Chicky Baby.
Okay.
Um,
All right, so our action, call back Chicky Baby.
yeah. And
Okay. She pops out of initiative.
move to a location that seems a bit more safe.
Okay, where are we going?
If this thing is obviously going in this direction, then obviously just
Clearing off the bridge?
yeah.
Okay. Go
Out
ahead
of
and
its
move yourself
wake.
as far as you want to.
As far as you can.
Up over here.
Okay. CJ, you call back Chicky Baby, you start running. Phoebe,
Okay, can I call back Sage and
you
Pontiki?
can call back one or the other.
Okay, so I'm gonna call back Sage.
Okay.
Pontiki, I'm gonna shove into my backpack
Okay. You just
and
just
be like, you stay here.
Okay.
You don't do anything. If anything, you just hit your ball.
Okay.
That's it.
She's just sitting on your backpack like,
And then, can I shout something to Claremont?
you sure can.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him, like, run.
Okay. You scream at Claremont to run. Claremont looks up, looks down at Slurp, and just
Where are
Pick
they?
him up.
He
give me a
can't.
strength check.
There's no.
He's
There's
considered
no
a
way.
large
He
creature.
currently weighs about a ton.
Oh boy.
Claremont is very strong. If there was someone on your team that's not Powder Keg that could,
Could he push him?
potentially.
Okay.
Roll one.
But that's where this athletics is going to come in.
18.
18. Claremont, you dig deep. You look at Phoebe.
He's like, I
you
protect
hear
my
run,
friends.
You coil up Slurp, and you're like, come on, buddy, we gotta go. And you start to just kind of push him and roll. Claremont, where have you been kind of laying low? Where's my recuperation squad?
I
It's
mean,
entirely your call.
I figured if I can yell at him, he's over on this. We're
I
over
mean,
here
like,
on this.
did they take him into a building?
Are they at
Oh.
a research lab? But they clearly, the only limit I'll say is they need to be within 300 feet of Phoebe, because they
Okay.
have to be able to hear you
Right.
as you just scream at him to run.
So,
Also, I don't know if you rolled for Claremont or not, but he's far enough away from this eldritch aura.
Yeah, he got-
Anybody over there does not have to worry about
he would
this
have been
yet.
21.
Okay, then
in
he
the,
would have
like,
been fine
initiative.
regardless, but yeah. So he's fine.
Okay.
So you start pushing Slurp.
I guess into the closest building.
I mean,
Okay.
he's also with Crash and Mortar, so
Yeah.
They can
where?
push him
So
too.
where do
Well,
you
so
guys
just
want
start
to be?
pushing him away.
Yeah. Where do you want to be? That's the only question that
Were they
matters
in
right
a
now.
building before?
Yeah,
and
where
they're just
were
gonna
you?
Stay in there? Like, that's what he's
No,
asking.
they were outside.
Yeah, they would have to be outside within 300 feet,
Yes.
but where are they? You can pick now, kind of knowing what you know. I'll allow that much.
Behind the
But
gym.
where are they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Behind
so the
gym.
gym's over here.
Yeah.
They're tucked in. They see Haka kind of slam in there back in
Yes.
a few moments ago. Claremont, you begin to push Slurp. Mortar and Crash are with you. They're starting to kind of rouse. This is just when this squad's going to go from now on. As they begin to push, there's another incredibly large mass that bursts in from the northeast and slams into the other side of Fola. As you guys turn to run
balls.
in that direction, you pivot Slurp and you start heading west.
Christ.
West as in...
This way.
That way.
This way. Because
Yeah.
that was south.
Cardinally, this is going to be the north.
I got you.
Because that's the easiest way for me to show.
Do
And
that.
also, the bridges run east to west.
Okay. So heading this way.
So they start pushing Slurp. Mortar and Crash, you're there kind
Can I
of
get the
helping
marker?
Claremont go. As that squad just
Marker.
continues pushing. Phoebe, you pick up Pontiki. You call back Sage so we can go ahead and take Sage and the grassy terrain off over there. Moving down the line is Dial-Up. In this circumstance, given the stakes, your Pokemon cannot call themselves back. I allowed it in the manor. I'm not allowing it from here on out. That is no longer a mechanic that we're going to deal with.
Haka was allowed to though because of the held action.
I will allow Haka because he had a held action to be like, I don't want to be here, Chief.
Yeah. Okay.
But from here on out, you as a trainer, because the stakes are higher,
That's fair.
you have to use your action and be within 30 feet to get your friends back.
Okay.
You can do one a turn. This is gonna get rocky
Ugly?
real quick.
So Dial-Up is going to move and dash to the west.
Okay, how close is Dial-Up to this box from that bridge?
After Tia pushed it, like 15 feet.
15 feet?
ish.
Okay. Dial-Up to... No, I'm not even gonna ask that. That's a rude question.
Okay.
Dial-Up on the way out, a sticky mass of veins reaches out and lashes onto the back of you. Doesn't grapple,
This is gone too. 'cause Fire
but
Plume's
you
gone.
do take 10 points of lunar damage as the tendrils kind of lash through. You're made of steel, so there's no flesh to corrupt on the way out, but it lashes in and corrodes a bit of the outer metal before you're able to kind of squeal yourself free. But Dial-Up, you do manage to get clear. You can move, you can dash.
Zoot. Just as
You
far...
hover 60 feet out there.
Yeah, as far west as
Bullet.
they can go.
You were kind of hovering near
The-
these two bodies that got eaten. You managed not to get kind of caught up in the sway of things. You're off to the side of this thing, but it does not obey traditional methods of perception. There is no front or back. There is only it.
Zool.
It is everywhere.
Yep.
It's only Cthulhu.
What would you like to do, Bullet?
He's gonna hold his action for Milo's turn.
Okay. Bullet, you look at Milo. You guys have been through a lot. And you give him the nod. The Rosalie's Magneton is going to see that everything's kind of rough and is going to fly over towards Phoebe and interpose itself between you and the thing.
Okay.
This Magneton has a savior complex. D. You are in the water.
I thought I was up on the bridge now.
If you want to be up on the bridge, you can be up on the
Okay,
bridge.
yeah. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15 to like the edge where doubloon is towards
Okay.
me. And then I just bring him back. So
Okay.
action, so that's 15.
Okay.
I dive into the water.
Okay.
That gives me 40 feet of swim speed, and I swim just west.
40 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
You would get basically to like the riverbank here.
That's all
Okay.
I need, baby.
Yeah, you're like, as you're swimming,
Aquaman
swimming your
swimming
little
in.
heart out.
Yeah. So
Erud.
my boys are safe.
Yeah. We have Evinrude up next. And then Bentley's right after with Nipsey as well. So you've got a big block of Bentley's team. Because Ampharos is going to skedoodle.
Yeah,
He's
so
not sticking around.
can Evinrude go down and grab Nipsey?
Potentially. What's Evinrude's strength?
Not
Nipsey's
good, I'm
a
assuming.
pretty dense mushroom.
Okay, not great. His strength is a 9.
A 9. Okay. You can attempt an athletics to pick him up.
I mean, might as well.
Oh, damn, dude.
All right. Those
That's what you
wings
need.
beat
Oh.
over time as
Let's
you latch
go,
onto
Evinrude.
Nipsey, and you just, it's like a Heimlich. You just pick him up as hard as you can
Yeah,
and
buddy.
start to fly.
And he's gonna fly just like straight up, like just get away
Okay.
from this thing.
You can move half your speed in any direction. Because
Okay.
you're carrying something that's bigger than you.
Okay, then he'll go
West.
He'll fly with
Okay.
Nipsey west 25 feet.
A tendril shoots out towards you. Does a 16 hit Evinrude?
Yes.
Okay. Evinrude, on your way out for the privilege of moving, that is 27 points of lunar damage. It was a very low roll on
Christ.
dial-up. But as it lashes into you, Evinrude, your brain is racked with images of pain, torture, a feeling of a harpoon through the abdomen, that sense of Arlecchino in the manor, blasting through your friends, cutting them down, images of the fallen, people who might still fall. There's a couple just kind of bystanders that have been watching this but didn't feel confident enough to jump into a battle against an abomination of a tentacruel and a massive shark. And you just start to see them kind of draining of color and their flesh starting to flake away. But you hold it together and you drag Nipsey as fast as you can.
Oh my god.
Bentley Woods.
Yeah. Bentley is going to pull the lightning lever.
Okay, roll me some damage.
What is it? 3d12 you said?
3d12 plus whatever number is listed there.
19 plus 26.
36, 45. Okay.
Ben, keep in mind that your class allows you to return somebody back as a bonus action.
Okay, well I'm not near enough to anybody. But yeah, he's gonna pull the lever and then just bolt this way, jump into the water and try to get to where CJ's at to the east.
Is it water over
That's
here?
land.
This is just
Nope,
land over
where
here.
the bridge
right?
is
It's
land.
just- this is just the river.
Yeah. So you're good. You pull that lever and you start running. You see CJ and the two of you are like, we gotta go.
Yeah, but pulling that kind of as a distraction, like it's too preoccupied with being zapped
Yes.
that it's not gonna
As
try and lash
the
out.
lightning
but-
arcs into its body, a number of those veins kind of fill up and burst and pop. It's going to use a legendary action to make a
Cool.
tendril strike towards a bullet, the closest thing. Bullet incoming is a 27 to hit,
I'm sorry, what'd you say was coming from the northeast?
Another one.
Another one?
which is again why I am saying
Okay.
do not feel compelled to stay.
Butterfly's kicking in, baby, and I'm feeling very birdie right now.
Bullet, and Milo, you do have a reaction if you want to do something about it. 30 points of lunar damage are coming in towards you.
Okay, hold on. Let's put that in.
Okay.
Yeah, I will, as a reaction, block that.
Okay. You throw up a light screen over there as the tendrils reach towards Bullet. His eyes go wide. He looks to you and is just like, it's okay. As you project a shield behind him and the tentacles just smash to the back and they lurch and they pierce through this psionic veil that you're holding, but it's just enough to keep Bullet safe.
Wow.
Okay. Good golly. That was Bentley's turn, so Nipsey.
I mean,
You're being held by Evinrude. If you wish, you can drop down and run.
will that get Nipsey farther away?
It would allow Evinrude to move at full speed on future turns.
Okay, so Evinrude will just yeet him onto the ground, and then Nipsey will
Run.
Run and dash another 60 feet further away.
Okay. So Nipsey will run. All right, Wadsworth.
Nothing. Milo's gonna just call him back.
Okay. So Milo, it's your turn. You call back Wadsworth.
Yep. And then he's gonna run and jump this way, and Bullet's gonna have his held movement to catch him,
Okay.
fly away. That way. Towards where Phoebe's at.
All right, Wadsworth. You turn your eyes one last time to this vain creature. I feel the laser hit you, and you allow it to pull you in. You're like, yeah, no. Milo, you leap off, grab onto Bullet as that shield is still holding, and you guys jet away.
Skirt.
Pontiki, you're in Phoebe's backpack. Holding on tight. Any actions, or we're just happy in the backpack?
Holding the action for
Okay.
what if she has to tap a ball.
Okay.
Can she do that?
No,
Okay.
she's just hanging out in the backpack.
Okay.
Creature's turn. I've blinded myself. Is there anybody within 20 feet?
No.
Okay. It's going to move through the bridge. It doesn't break the bridge. It moves through.
Okay.
The tendrils
In it
continue
completely, or, like,
beneath.
halfway.
It ignores the reality that you have accepted as it moves through the spaces between atoms on this bridge without destroying it, but without compromising the integrity of the structure holding it together. As it barrels through here, it reaches one set of tendrils out and collapses pylon number 6, breaks it down into components, and pulls it into its body.
Totally.
It's going to do the same thing to tendril number 1, and it's going to make 2 attacks at Evinrude. And then also, Ampharos is going to be off the map.
Also, the Oni is over here at this point.
Well, it will have run because we all ran.
Okay.
Yeah, if everybody starts to run and the Oni can see that everybody kind of has a method of getting out, the Oni's going to just head out of there. First one on Evinrude is a 14. The second one is a 26.
Okay, only one hit.
Okay.
Does he still have double team up?
No, because he moved.
Oh.
22 points of lunar damage to Evinrude.
He's still up.
Okay. So it's out there. There is no moon touching from going down to this thing. It is a binary solution.
Fun.
So it's out there. I'm trying to give as much as I can without saying anything, but if you have the opportunity to pull someone back and you don't want to fight, you should probably do it. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oni. Oni's gonna run. The Oni will barrel towards CJ and Bentley and turn itself into a giant ape-like creature reminiscent of Powder Keg, but with none of the drawbacks. Hauls the two of you onto its back and then barrels over towards a nearby building and kind of like holds you to the side.
Weird, but okay.
He's trying to get you away. CJ, you're being held by a big monkey in
Monkey
the form of
boy.
the Oni.
What you gonna do?
I was gonna be dumb and shoot
Classic.
the thing with one of my poly cannon charges just to see what it did.
Right.
But
I mean, you saw.
the Oni took me, so now I can't do that. So now I can't be dumb. So I'll just talk to everybody and be like, "What's the plan here? Are we just gonna leave Fola?
Yeah.
Where to?
This is just we're just letting these things take Fola."
Unless you want to get sucked into its body, and then we can be part of it.
All right.
Do you want to stay and fight?
Not if we're gonna die.
Well, I don't know what happens. Maybe we're not dead inside of it.
I think we're pretty dead watching those things get ripped in
I
half.
can join the collective.
Yeah. Yeah, we run.
Where to?
We're at Fola?
You're in Fola.
What's the closest?
Beaversby.
Beaversby? Then we go to Beaversby?
We can go anywhere. Where to?
Oh, okay. Are you gonna teleport us?
I'm gonna have to.
You do need to be
I know.
closer, but
Yep.
I know you know what you're doing.
Okay.
But just, yeah. But CJ, what are you doing? Run, fight, hide, chill?
Gonna wait.
Okay.
Where are you guys at?
Where they are roughly on the map, but
So we
probably
know.
like 15 to
as
30 feet
characters.
further. You can see each other
Okay,
scattering.
okay.
Fola, despite being a kind of concrete jungle, is
Yeah.
well designed and developed. You can see
Okay.
where they are, but there is a about 80-foot stretch of bridge between you
Yeah.
if you were to run. But it is currently Phoebe's turn if we wrap on CJ. And then Dial Up and Bullet are on deck. Bullet is carrying Milo.
How far away from this thing did the Oni carry us?
As far as it could, which is 60 feet.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to try to take like a polymer cannon shot on the way out, I'll give it to you.
It might kill Evinrude though.
Why would it kill Evinrude?
Because it's the closest thing.
Hitting
Ben-
regardless,
legendary
even,
reaction to hit the closest
yeah.
thing.
So even if I move, well, also if I move, it gets a reaction. So I can't even
There,
move.
I will remind the crew there is an action called Disengage that everyone can take, which prevents attacks of opportunity, but takes your full action to do. But you can break away from stuff.
Okay.
CJ can do it as a bonus action, but everybody else it is a full action to do. So if you want to turn and run, it's just not dashing, but it prevents it from hitting you on the way out.
Then it won't do anything.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna kill Evinrude because I decided to try and shoot it, yeah.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Phoebe. Any actions?
I'm gonna call back Pontiki.
Okay, Pontiki goes away.
Bye bye.
You start to hightail it out, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna start running towards where
Okay, I'm telling you to stay put for a second.
okay.
It's your call to
Then I'll listen.
to listen. Okay.
But you're
Hang
gonna
out
help
there.
me get Claremont and Slurp and
Yep.
okay.
Okay. That's Phoebe. Dial Up. Bullet, you're on deck.
Dial Up is just gonna try and reconvene with Milo and Phoebe in that general direction.
Okay. You sync up with the other Magneton over there. Bullet.
Bullet is not gonna do anything.
Okay. Bullet's hanging tight. That Magneton is gonna look over, see Rosalie, give her a nod, and then kind of like fly closer. See that D's in the kind of on the bank of the river and pull you 5 feet with its last bit of movement up onto land.
What a nice guy.
And then is he getting
Yeah,
called back?
he's gonna be right there,
there?
and then Rosalie will call him back as soon as he arrives.
Okay.
Because I took her off the initiative, but she's somewhere in this
Yeah,
zone.
I got Rosalie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, so that's the Magneton. We have D.
Yeah, popping up, and then I'm next to Rosalie. I'm gonna push her behind me,
Okay.
and what I'll do is I'm gonna take wave, and I'm gonna draw a line.
We can take Magneton off there.
I'll draw a line where I'm at, and I'm gonna cast a wall of water in between the creature and Evinrude and stuff over there to
Okay.
give them 3/4 cover.
I love it. Throwing a wall up in between.
And I grab her wrist and I go, time to go, and I turn around and I'll book it towards Milo.
Okay. So move both of them about 15 feet. Because you'll technically be dragging her.
Yeah,
She's
that's
a
fine.
willing creature, but
Yeah.
as you're like, come on.
Yeah.
As you're both kind of stumbling over as the ground is kind of warbling as it's not used to having something stretched directly through it.
Cool.
Okay, Evinrude.
So Evinrude is going to double team to make a bunch of different versions of himself. And then he's going to use that disengage tactic.
You can do one or the other. Because disengage prevents opportunity attacks, but if you double team, you can't move. Or you can't move more
Well,
than
I
half.
thought it was I double team and then move, so it was basically just like you create like a distraction and then just bolt. Like,
Yeah,
and then
if
they
you
go
want to
away.
disengage, you don't have to worry about it. We can do it for flavor.
I mean,
You
that
can
was
do it.
more
Okay.
more my idea.
Very good. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he just makes
Okay.
a bunch of himself and then bolts away and they all
Okay.
disappear, but it was more
Yeah,
like a
because I was like, mechanically, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, it was more just like a
Okay.
distraction tactic
Yeah,
because he
so you
does it and then
disengage.
he's going to move and get rid of
Okay.
it, but it was more just like a flash of
Where
like
are we
there's
headed?
a bunch of bugs.
45 feet in any direction.
Just fucking clear west, I guess.
Okay.
I'll whistle for Evinrude to come to here.
Okay, so then
Just
he'll
call if he
start
listens.
going that way and then dive toward D.
Pivot over there. Okay, he'll get over towards D. Bentley Woods, you're over with CJ and the Oni. You can see Evinrude kind of break out of there, looking very drained, but still alive, coasting towards some of your friends.
Yeah. I mean, provided I'm being held by this giant monkey Oni thing, I don't know that there's much that I can or should do, so I'm just gonna let the Oni take us wherever the Oni's gonna take us, I guess.
Okay. After Bentley Woods, it's Nipsey.
Nipsey will hear Dee's whistle, and they will skitter over along with Evinrude to get more toward Dee and Rosalie.
Okay. All right, Nipsey. Milo, it's back to you.
We're just gonna go right here in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll all teleport over there.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
And let you guys know you need to start calling stuff back.
Okay.
I mean, can we do that from like 150 feet away?
No, but he's
Dirty
about to
garbage.
bring them to you and then tell you.
Oh, I see.
Okay. D100.
7.
Beautiful. There's no consequences. As you grab your friends, you grab Rosalie, and you just disappear. It's right as this thing uses an action to launch towards that pylon, and as you land, it explodes, releasing the energy held within. And then it is pulled and reconstituted within. Milo, you get another headache directly to the kind of like northeast area, and you see another one of these writhing masses off in the distance. As Rosalie kind of grabs a little pager on the side of her belt and clicks a button, and you see the Fola City Gym generator beginning to just kind of whir into action. Top of the round is the critters. This guy moves another 80 feet up the river, no longer having targets in space. It is just moving. The other one moves closer to it, as if to kind of
Merge?
combine. The Oni,
The
as you
worst
guys
corporate
appear,
merger.
the Oni just kind of sets you two down, reverts back to its form. CJ and then Phoebe.
Is it not a good idea to like try and hurt this thing at all?
I don't think so.
Rosalie is incredibly shaky from being teleported for the first time, but just goes, I think it'd be a great idea to get as far as we can.
I mean, you saw what happened with one pylon hit.
Just some veins burst. That's it.
We saved the member of the quiver and we regroup to fight another day.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
Okay. Retreat. So that's CJ and Phoebe. We're hanging tough.
Yeah, I mean, even if we take this thing on and somehow live, there's 2 more.
We have Dial Up
then we know how to
and
kill them.
Bullet. Bullet got transported with you, but if you want to take any actions with Bullet, or if we're just holding, otherwise we just have to make it to Milo's turn and pick up the lingerers. But does anybody have any actions they would like to take in the meantime?
I mean, Bentley would call back Evinrude on Evinrude's turn, I guess.
It would
if
be on
that's
Bentley's
possible.
turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the only thing that I'm planning on doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
holding my
Evan
So I
Reeves
action.
can't do more than that, so
Yes.
I would call back the weaker of my Pokemon.
Okay. The Magneton will get called back as well. Okay. So that brings us to D. Are we doing anything? We've been teleported. Hanging tough.
I'm maintaining concentration on Wall of Water and kind of just moving it to where I need to be to ensure that the things that are on the opposite sides of it are protected.
Okay.
That's it.
Bentley Woods, we're calling back
Evinrude.
Evinrude.
Yes.
CJ had to run, but it's going to be okay. We'll catch Jordan up later. In the final moments before Milo, you are able to kind of convene everyone. Six creatures and a person appear on this bridge. One of which is dressed in all black with a like bright blue and red sash tied around the waist. 2 gigantic, leathery, almost bat-like wings protruding from her back. A book at her side. She lands Kyrie, champion of the Laris region, arriving in defense of Fola. In the final moments before you guys teleport away, you see the massive Urshifu, rock-like arms, reach up and grab onto some of the veins and pull this creature down as a Turtonator shell backwards releases a detonation as veins just blast through, leaving a crater in the middle of this thing's chest, launching it into the river. The Venusaur, which is almost the same size, begins wrapping veins and vines around it, lassoing it to nearby pylons, pulling electricity into both creatures as the Clawitzer pulls out its cannon-like arm and it charges to full strength, blasting off one of the arms. The Blissey stands in the middle, arms akimbo, and the whole team just begins to kind of glow as a Dragapult arrives, launching missile after missile into this thing.
Holy shit, that's cinematic as fuck.
As Kyrie Rai flips open the book, and you all see a shade of Helios hovering behind her, as she speaks in two voices. Creatures from beyond the stars, you have no place here. As the flesh pages of the book peel open, even from this distance, you see blood begin to pool from them as she holds the book forwards and pulls that creature into the book. As the second one reels around the corner, Milo, you now have time to act.
Holy hell.
Jeez. All right.
So rad.
Oh my.
As that happens,
No.
the cloud cover above burns away, and the sun in that area becomes incredibly harsh as the Venusaur begins to charge up as well.
Jeez.
But Milo, you have an action right now if you want to take it.
Everyone's got their teams called back. We're good. We're ready.
I will call back Nipsey because I had already called back Evan Rude. He was the last, or they were the last one.
Okay. And then CJ will call back Crash. He doesn't have a choice.
Yes.
Oh, and I guess Mortar
Yeah,
too,
Mortar.
but
You can do that as a bonus action.
Yep.
okay.
Those are your classic.
Bonus.
So action, bonus action. You can call two things back.
Okay.
You call Bullet back?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Wait, so I have Mortar, Nipsey, Dial Up out.
Yes.
Are you able to teleport a Pokemon or no?
I
It's
can, but
just
I've,
a number of
I have a
things.
limited amount of seats on this bus, and we're bringing Rosalie and Slurp who can't go in, so we're calling people back.
Okay. I to my knowledge, I can only call back 2 in this moment, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Join your team.
So I'll do Mortar since he's bigger and maybe that's more taxing. I don't know how it works. And then Dial Up as well.
I thought you already did dial up.
Yeah, you
before.
already did dial up, didn't you?
No, Dial-Up was transported with you
I
guys.
called
on.
back Evan Rude because
Okay.
he was most injured. He's
Okay.
down to 9
Okay.
HP. So I'll hold Nipsey, I guess.
For what it's worth, when you guys are at a safe distance, Rosalie's like, "Whew, get to safety, kids. I'll handle this." And she'll turn back and kind of head over. Seeing that Blue is there, her morale kind of strengthens a bit. And she'll kind of run back in.
We disagree. You're an idiot. But good luck.
Maybe. But I'm now...
I had so much to ask you.
I know, but I'm now pivoting for
Have a phone.
a siege. So she will run back in.
Okay.
Okay.
I will...
It's one less seat on the bus.
My one
going?
last ask before we disappear is to just call out and ask if my team's okay.
Gotcha. I was like, to who? She goes, yeah, they were here like 2 days ago. Thankfully, they're not still.
Excellent.
They did really well.
Sweet. Good luck.
You too, kids. And she kind of just reaches for a 4th Pokeball on her belt before you guys just... Milo, roll a D100. And then also tell the folks at home where we're going.
Amber Crag.
Amber
Well,
Crag.
hold on. There was. Do you want to go to Dee's boat or Amber Crag? What would be
Yeah,
your
what's
vote?
your vote? To drop off Slurp. This is gonna be Slurp's, like, area.
Bentley would vote Amber Crag because he trusts his parents and the farm and all the security stuff there to keep Slurp safe, but I wouldn't
So
object if we
You're
went to
the deciding.
Dee's boat.
Yeah, we'll go to Amber Crag. Sorry.
Okay.
I threw it out as an option.
Yeah, I wouldn't object either way because both seem like a
64.
pretty...
64. Okay. Milo, you're going to roll a D20 and a D4.
And a D4.
Yep. As we have teleported once already, you clap your hands together, we teleport again.
Where's my
D20 and a
there it
D4.
is. A 20 and a 1.
Need a 1. The energy required to transport you guys, yet again, as you clap your hands together and the whole squad begins to dematerialize, you see the demonic-looking Kyrie off in the distance, but only the 5 of you would see the wings and Helios behind.
Okay.
Everyone else just sees Kyrie arrive with her team as if from nowhere. As you all apparate away, in the brief moment that you are gone, 21 hours pass.
Whoa.
As you arrive in Amber Crag the next day
What
at
the
4 p.m.
L.
All right.
Holy butt bunch. Now we have a less day. One less day.
Everybody's nose gushes blood, and I need a con save from everybody. Somebody will have to roll for CJ.
Does Nipsey have to make one too?
Just the humans.
Okay.
Kind of glad we went to Amber Crag in this one specific instance.
Look, you said
Oh.
Constitution?
Con save.
That's an fuck.
Dick.
Come on, baby. No.
Okay.
Where's
Oh, it's so close.
here's Jordan's?
That's a 2 for Bentley.
I don't know what that is on the die.
Ah, boy.
10.
Give me that.
I think he's like a +2.
+2.
Yeah.
Either way,
We got 16.
And 11.
16. Phoebe's okay.
And 11, yeah.
11.
Well, if anyone's got to take care of your fried brains,
Refried brains.
yeah.
Okay. As the tater tots land in the fields of Amber Crag, you're a little off target too, on account of you're a little bit later than you intended to be. The Earth has shifted slightly, so you actually land in the fields outside of Amber Crag, and everybody's nose immediately begins to pool. Phoebe, yours stops there. It's just a
Okay.
nosebleed.
Okay.
D, one of the blood vessels in your eye just kind of pops, and you're a little bit obscured as that happens. Bentley, your eardrums pop and just begin to pool blood. Milo, you vomit on the floor, and CJ just kind of collapses, retching to the ground, just kind of clutching his stomach, and then vomits a little bit of blood. But you're safe for now, as having arrived a day later than intended.
Can we, I wanted to hear what happened, but can we roll that back and can I save the 3 of them and change their rolls?
Yeah, what are you going to give them?
17s and an 18.
17s and an 18? Then yeah. In that case, this will be weird. So there is a brief moment where all of you are retching and like blood is pooling. You're like, and then it all just resets and just your noses are bleeding. And then Milo, your other nostril starts to bleed again.
Yep.
And then your ears pop and you vomit some blood and you collapse to the ground.
Thank you for doing the thing that my character can't know that you did, but thank you.
Yeah.
Because now my eardrums are not exploded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help Milo back up and just
Yeah.
get him
Yeah,
to his
you
feet.
good?
Milo, you are not mechanically but physically exhausted. You were just like,
Okay.
it's very taxing.
Bentley would try and just like corral everybody and just do like a group hug.
Group, we made it.
Yeah. And in that moment, you sort of realize it's later than it should be.
Right.
You left at about 3 p.m. The sun has moved very quickly, very, like, out of nowhere. It's just suddenly further along in the sky. And you can still see the moon hanging high, full, and
big
waiting
now.
for the sun to go down.
Oh balls.
So we need to get Slurp in to care, Mute into care.
Mute's good.
Yes,
he's
Mute
good.
should be
Mute was
fine.
good, yeah.
Slurp
They're in
does
the PC,
technically
but they're
lose
good.
a point of exhaustion, having been
Another day.
around for a day.
Yeah.
But all of you are like, oh, wait, no, I did my math wrong. It's earlier in the day. So it's noon the next day.
Okay.
Because 21 is
Yeah.
not.
The full.
Yeah, so it's noon the next day. So I guess technically the sun would shoot directly above you in the sky,
Okay.
which is the first hint that something is off.
Okay.
That's not good, but let's get him to safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just head off to the
Yeah,
to the
but-
ranch, I'm assuming.
Well, the hospital.
The
right?
hospital.
Either one. They would both work
Oh.
in this instance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, either one, I guess. But
Yeah. If you just want him to kind of sleep it off,
because
pretty
I would
much anywhere
also, I
work.
would also need to store Manny, right? Because Manny had one of those like needs a day to reset, or no?
This is a few hours.
Yeah, Manny was just a couple hours because
Okay.
he was further along.
Okay.
He had, I think, 1 point of exhaustion, maybe 2. But either way, at that point,
He's good.
Manny would be good.
Okay. Never mind. So yeah, either the ranch or the hospital. We can figure it out next.
Okay. Well.
Ay.
As we arrive in Amber Crag,
Why is it always us?
On the day of the arrival.
We're kind of in the middle of this.
Yeah, you are very much in the middle of this. You are fully embroiled.
I know you're about to wrap, but
No, yeah.
what would be my fly time to Hillmouth at this point?
To Hillmouth from Amber Crag, 2 hours round trip. If you went, picked him up, and came back.
Okay.
Is that your wish?
I am gonna do that. I need to have a conversation with Phoebe in private before I leave, though.
Okay. Do I need to have everybody step out?
We can just do it after if it makes it easier.
You just want to do it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind then. All right. So, as we leave our tatery tots, battered, terrified, shaken,
Yeah.
in Amber Crag in various states of bleeding, we're going to pick it up next time with a final bout of preparation before the meeting with the Emissary of the Stars. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you next time. Demoralized and scattered, the gang loses a day in the Astral Sea, arriving in Amber Crag on the day of the emissary's arrival. They've survived one eldritch threat, but how will they handle what's to come? If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to our Patreon. From there, you can join the discussions in our Discord server, or check out the post show, Still Rolling, get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about the epic battle with sea monsters, and the terrifying escape from a lunar lurcher. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next week as Monty and the flock fend off an invasion of moon-touched monsters, hoping Milo isn't too far away.